Hello, sumo fans. We are back.
It's May. Or no, I want to... Oh, my God.
You
Let's
you wish it was May.
we're restarting right now.
Yeah, redo. Hey, don't forget, we're going to be pushing the clocks up an hour and losing an hour of sleep this weekend.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so you're already messed up. It's okay.
Yeah, mega tired, worn out mode from both of us.
Yeah, it's good that this show is before the time change.
Yeah.
Because it would be bad. But anyway, nice to see you guys all back. I hope you're here for the greatness. And we fixed our audio issues for anybody who was...
Most of them.
At least we think. You guys can tell us, but...
Yeah, there's... Yeah, the thank you to everybody who pointed things out. Like, this is... For me, like, the only way somebody's going to tell me I have an audio issue is they yell at me.
Which they did. But that's okay.
We encourage feedback.
Yes.
Sometimes the answer is going to be we're a 2-bit show. We're sorry.
Yeah, this is a 2-man comedy show.
But if it's if it's something like XYZ is going on, we're like, okay, we'll look into it. So anyway, March Banzuke again. Thanks to everybody who helped us with Gets to Banzuke and came out.
What did we get again?
We got 10 and 5.
10 and 5 on a really weird one.
There were a couple of bafflers.
Couple of choices that we're going to discuss on this list.
Yeah.
Some people were very upset.
Yeah, well, because a couple of things made no sense, but good.
There's no sense left? Are you kidding me?
Good thing we've embraced that.
I think it's time to accept that nothing makes sense in sumo anymore. And you might know what I'm referring to, but we move on from that. Okay, let's start at the top with Hoshoryu, the most polarizing man in sumo, apparently. You either love the guy or you hate the guy. I love the guy. So let's talk about what's going on with him. He's currently the top-ranked Yokozuna.
He's the highest-ranked person in sumo.
Yes. Brings a lot of pressure with it, I would assume.
Lots of expectations.
Now, he did get the same rank as Hoshoryu, or as Onosato with the 10 and 5. But it wasn't the greatest tournament in January. I mean, he was hurt.
They were both Hoshoryu and Onosato had a good enough rather than a good, rather than a great.
Yes, it was the Yokozuna Kachikoshi, as they say. As long as you get 10. So the rivalry with Aonishiki just intensifies at this point. Aonishiki now on a Yokozuna run. Hoshoryu cannot beat the man. And so that gives him a little extra vigor and a little extra focus. However, I can't imagine that the knee is fixed. You need surgery for the knee. So he's just fighting on with the busted knee. Hopefully it's good enough. And playing, mind games with Aonishiki in the training circuits. I just don't know what to expect from him. There was this interview with Takekeisho Minatagawa now, and he was talking about Onosato and basically like, yeah, this is what happens. You get injured and you'll never feel good again. The same can apply for Hoshoryu in this case. We now have the perpetual knee issue that's probably never getting better. Hopefully he doesn't injure any other body parts. He needs that first Yusho to kind of quiet down the buzz.
That is something that, like, the longer it takes, the worse it's going to feel.
Yeah.
And, like, it already feels a little rough. And so there's the question of, will it be him and Aonishiki at the end again? Like, the best case scenario is that it's Hoshoryu Aonishiki for the playoff and Hoshoryu gets it. Because then Aonishiki still gets the promotion, but then Hoshoryu gets the cup. And then that can sort of...
It's like solves all the problems.
It solves all the problems.
But the odds of that, the odds of Hoshoryu beating Aonishiki twice in a row is just...
The larger question is whether Hoshoryu has missed his window or not.
It's, if Aonishiki didn't come up the way he did, Hoshoryu would be smooth sailing right now. This is one of those most unfortunate events for him that the next greatest sumo wrestler of all time just happens to pop up after he gets Yokozuna promotion. And the whole world has their eye on him. So hopefully Hoshoryu can calm himself down a bit as he approaches this, because I think all of that stress and pressure is going to work against him, and we might see another injury. And we know what happens there. Once it snowballs, he's got to retire. That's the downside to getting up to Yokozuna. If he was still Ozeki right now, he could do the Katabon Carousel. If he gets hurt and can't come back, it's done.
Well, yes, but there's been a recent precedent of
letting people be out for a long time.
Yeah. So, not that we want him to rely on that, not that it's going to make him feel any better, not that it's going to look good, but the fear of, if he misses 2 or 3 tournaments, are they going to try to kick him out? Probably not.
Yeah, they'll probably give him some time, but the point is that it's looking a little dicey.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going out there strutting around like he's top guy, but the reality is this is a dicey situation, and it could flip so quickly.
So weird that this is the 1-year anniversary.
I know.
Of the tournament that he debuted as Yokozuna. And it's just how much the landscape has changed in just that short year.
Yeah, everything changed. We thought we'd have no Yokozuna. Now we have 2 with a very likely 3rd any day now. And Hoshoryu's, I don't know. I hope for the best for him. I really hope that he surprises us all, gets the Yusho, puts all of the complaints to bed, because I'm over it personally, but I don't get to make those choices.
He is in an awkward position going into March, I'll say, because he has lots of expectation. Feels like the odds for a Yokozuna to have stacked against them is a weird...
It shouldn't be that way.
It's a weird reality that he's part of, that he's expected to be the best, but simultaneously he's going to be playing second fiddle to somebody else. It's a lot of weird vibes.
Yes.
And so it's on Hoshoryu to unweird them.
Yes, agreed.
To right the ship, whatever.
Right. Just clean slate, and we move forward.
Yeah.
But I don't know if we're actually going to get that.
Yeah. Pick your favorite metaphor.
Yes.
Put it in there.
Now, our next guy, Onosato, kind of in the same boat, which on one hand is super surprising because this guy was dominating for a year. But on the other hand, not surprising because once you get injured, it changes everything. So he, too, was 10-5. The shoulder, we don't know what the status of the shoulder is. We don't know if it's possible to fully heal without a surgery or something else. Or if there is, if he could train less or whatever. The point is he's not going to be allowed to train less. He's Yokozuna.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to. Everyone wants to see you on tour. Everyone wants to see you at the stables practices. You don't get to rest. That's the way sumo goes. He was able to literally destroy people with one arm, which was quite impressive. But they're going to be on to that this time around. I think he might have a worse tournament this time if the shoulder isn't...
It's all on the shoulder. If that shoulder is even in a place that it's like usable, if not 100%, Onosato would be in a good spot. If he got his shoulder back, then
no one's stopping
him. So I feel like we're going to find that out quickly.
Yeah.
If he's moving forward in the first 5 days, if he's crushing fools, then he's worked through the issues. But if he's moving backwards, if there's some sort of a change in tact, then we know he's still working through it. And now it's the long term for Onosato is that he's still big and he's still adapting. He's still learning in a way.
Right. There's still potential even in this sort of disastrous situation.
Yeah. So like for Hoshoryu, still getting better, still improving his craft, but in a way he's sort of a refined he's a refined work of art. And remember, Onosato is still relatively new to this.
Yes.
He's still growing into his own. It's just that he shot all the way up doing it.
Right. And it's just so unfortunate that injuries come in and ruin everything.
It's rough.
It's the unfortunate thing about combat sports, or any sports for that matter. the thing I worry about with him is even if his shoulder is much better, let's say, because there's no way it's 100%. Let's say it's much better. He has confidence issues. So if he's even just a little bit tentative because he's afraid of hurting the shoulder again, he might start moving back. Because that's one of the things that he would do even when he was healthy. So he's got a lot on his plate to work through to get through these next 2 weeks.
Yeah, I suppose looking at the two Yokozuna, currently two, we're looking at Hoshoryu and we're like, he's running out of time, he's running out of patience. But for Onosato, he's not quite at the running out phase.
No, because how many Yusho did he win last year?
He won a whole bunch. Like he's still pretty hot.
And he keeps beating Aonishiki.
There's that too. It's the rock paper scissors effect. So if Onosato does well, then we've got our Yokozuna back. All is well. Terrible news for anybody in the top 4 of Maegashira, but good for the long term. If he's not here in March, if it's a little weird, a little dicey, no alarm bells yet.
Right.
I would say.
We just kind of have to see what happens.
Just have to see.
So now we have the man of the hour, the year, the month, the history, Aonishiki. He had a 12-3, won the Yusho, which means he's already on a Yokozuna run. In his debut at Ozeki, immediately goes on a Yokozuna run. Now, we've seen people go on Yokozuna runs and it be disastrous. Okay, we've seen it with Kirishima, we saw it with Kotozakura, we saw it with Takekeisho. Aonishiki is set to break all the curses of the past because he legitimately looks like somebody who could just come in and do his thing and get it right now. That would not surprise me in any way if he just got it right now.
It feels like he has all the power. All the stars have aligned for him.
Mm-hmm.
I was going through this and thinking that, if Hoshoryu and Onosato are in good form, then Aonishiki might be in trouble. But the reality of Aonishiki is he doesn't need to depend on the Yokozuna to be good or bad in order to do well.
No, he can't be an Onosato, but that's just one guy. Hoshoryu was healthy when he was beating him.
Yeah.
So, I mean, all the pressure's on Hoshoryu in that matchup. And I think that Aonishiki's so in his head that he'll just continue to beat Hoshoryu. If Hoshoryu gets him, it's going to be like something off.
It was a good match in January, but Aonishiki still won it. And it does feel like it's Aonishiki's Yusho to lose, which is weird to say about an Ozeki when there's 2 Yokozuna.
Yeah, it's been a very long time since...
Very weird. Very interesting. Now, it's going to be less weird if he does win, because then we don't have to worry, because he's a Yokozuna. Of course he's winning. But
man, we won't have seen something like that since Hakuho.
This is
a big deal.
March could be very, very historic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who's going to stop him?
There's nobody on the list who can stop him on their own. You would have to be like a series of guys got together and they're like, we're going to take him down because he can beat everybody on this list.
It's going to be fascinating.
So, put in the comments section if you want to see this. I assume most people want to see Aonishiki just get it now, but there's the occasional person that has their reasons. And if you have a reason that you don't want Aonishiki to get it, I want to see your comment because we can discuss. So now we have Kotozakura, our ailing Ozeki, who somehow just pulls it off anyway. Even going Kadoban, he finds a way to look a lot stronger than previous Ozeki who were in the same exact spot. It was only an 8-7, but it was a very... What's the best way to put it? There were times where he looked like he was okay, which surprised me because he's not okay.
There are a couple of matches where he was using his knees like he used to,
and you thought, wow, maybe he really is healing, and then things went back to what they were. Kotozakura, like Onosato, is a huge guy, and he'll always have that on his side. You can't just push this guy out. And the class of sumo that we have now, many of them are on the smaller side. We don't have lots of the big guys anymore. So that's a huge advantage for him. Plus, he's got, his entire, since the moment he was born, he was going to be a sumo wrestler. So, the sumo sense, the determination, this is his life. He guts it out like no one I've ever seen. I don't have Yokozuna aspirations for him anymore, but I think he's there to hold down the top. Like, that's the role of an Ozeki. So
you're starting to come to terms with Kotozakura as just a guy who can't get knocked out of Ozeki.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been 8-7, only Katabon once,
which is incredible considering what we saw in the past.
And getting 8-7 in this environment is relatively impressive.
Yes.
But for the long term, for the what's his future like, there's really only two things that he can do that would make us pay attention. If it's good, he'll get double-digit wins, because that means something worked.
Mm-hmm.
And when he's in this perpetual state of knee curse, like if he could get 10 wins somehow, then he's figured something out.
Yeah, but what's tough for him is being stuck at Ozeki with no shot at Yokozuna. He can never do anything that would let him stay out. He can't stay out for more than the tournament.
He's just holding Ozeki. That is like the thing is like that is his lot in life.
Yeah.
He will be Ozeki. Still the second highest rank in sumo. He's still the fourth badass in the ring.
Exactly.
Keep the context. The only other thing he can do, on the bad side, is if he gets that Kadoban, which he has been consistent enough to 8-7, 8-7, 8-7, 8-7. So he digs in. But for the time being, you look at Kotozakura and you say, he'll get 8 or 9 wins.
Right. It's pretty consistent until eventually he can't do it anymore and he gets out.
Either he can't do it and he starts to fall away, or something gets figured out. He has a Takayasu-esque magical reversal of reality in order to fix something that is never fixable. So,
well, I mean, we saw Teruno Fuji do it. How did he do it? How did he come all the way back from the bottom and then get Ozeki and then Yokozuna?
And then maintain Yokozuna for way longer.
And win 10 Yusho.
Die Yokozuna.
I mean,
dude was a badass.
It shows you that it's possible.
Yes. So, put that. This is all in the air. It's all the potential for good and bad. And there was for a little while, for most of 2025, I think we were just like, oh, he'll get his knees back. As soon as he get his knees back, and we loved his grit. I still love his grit compared to the old.
Oh yeah,
Kota no Waka.
He's a different guy.
He's a different beast. But just let him do his thing, and then when you see one of these shifts in good or bad, that's when we know something's happening.
The crazy thing is all he has to do is win one Yusho, and then all of a sudden he's on a Yokozuna run.
Yeah.
As crazy as that sounds, you never know.
So.
You never know. So.
Enjoy him for now, I'd say, but there's no potential for anything.
No.
In March for him.
No, we're just going for the ride with Kotozakura. Now we have Kirishima. He keeps his does he keep his rank?
Yes, he does.
He keeps his rank, 11-4. So Kirishima would have been the story this last tournament if Aonishiki wasn't here. Once again, if Aonishiki never comes into sumo, everybody's stuff is different. Kirishima was looking like his old self, and now he's on a potential Ozeki run. It depends on how many wins he gets. It could very easily just be like, oh, we push it off to the next one. But if he does what he did in this last tournament, he could get it with 11-4.
Mathematically, correct? So he had 11 wins in January, and then in November he had 11 wins at M2. So, and in this environment, there's not really too much of a difference in terms of who you're fighting between M2 and
oh yeah, it's all the same guys.
It's all the same guys. So mathematically, another 11 wins, and that's the 33.
So in a scenario where Aonishiki gets the Yokozuna promotion and Kirishima gets the 11 wins, it might be a done deal. I know they're iffy.
I mean, this is always.
You have the fact that he's a former Ozeki, though.
This is the M2 and not getting the Yusho may be counteracted by the fact that he was a former Ozeki and he's returning to the ranks. So maybe they'll be like, he got there before. I do feel like they really want you to at least be in contention. Like like even if he's like 11-3 and he fights, he'd probably be fighting Takayasu on the last day and loses it, or like they move it around and he fights Aonishiki. Aonishiki's gonna be fighting Kotozakura on the last day, but like if it comes down to the final day and he doesn't get it, like
I know it's. I mean, we remember what happened with Taka Keisho and Tochinoshi, and they literally said, "You need to beat him in this final match, and you have it. If you don't, you don't."
Yeah. So it's.
And I think he only had 12 wins on that.
I feel like for Kirishima, it's going to come down to the final day.
Right. Whoever he fights, if he wins the match,
it's going to be all the way down, and.
But I mean, there's a chance he doesn't even do 11 wins because we have this weird thing with Kirishima, and I'm guessing it's injury related because he does have a bad back and a bad neck apparently. It could be all for naught, and he goes 0-5 in the first week, and we're like, okay, well, that's over.
I mean, it could.
We just don't know what we're getting from him.
This has happened to him specifically in the past, that he's been on a run, and then he goes Makakoshi, and it just all falls apart. Yeah, well, he had a 12-3, and it's a 6-9. This is it. This was it. This is exactly it.
Yep.
So, oh wait, no, he was Ozeki back then. But no, this was his Yokozuna run.
Yes.
Yes. So
this is what ruined everything.
This is what ruined everything. I think it might have been like he got one of these 11-4s before, and then like he follows up with this, like
these
you said,
8-7s that are just like holds, and then that 6-9.
So.
He's had a couple of opportunities.
It might have been this here. So he's going into this, and then this just ruins everything.
It resets the whole thing.
So, yeah, it's getting it to stick for Kirishima.
Right. So at Ozeki going to Yokozuna, you but 2 Yusho in a row. Trying to get Ozeki, it's a little bit more challenging in the sense that it's 3 good tournaments in a row plus all these X factors because they don't have to promote you on 33.
No. So it is mathematically possible. He would first off he needs to get to 11 wins, which is a tall order.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, I think he needs to be like at least influencing or making eyes. Absolutely has to. Now, like the first off, like he needs to be beating one of these 4 people.
Oh, absolutely. The way he gets it, if he doesn't
If he gets an 11-4 and he doesn't beat Aonishiki, Kotozakura, Onosato, or Hoshoryu, they tell him to try again.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to get a win off of at least one of them.
Hopefully 2.
2 makes it nice and clean. And obviously, if he gets the Yusho, it doesn't even matter.
Exactly.
Welcome back.
Get a Yusho with Aonishiki on a Yokozuna run. It's yours.
My goodness, yes. So like to your point, in a normal environment, this would be one of the big stories. Technically still is, but
I don't know. I don't think anyone's even talking about
everything is under Aonishiki's shadow right now.
Everything.
He casts, for a short guy, a deep shadow.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, he's not really that short. He's just sumo short, and that like he's
short.
He's just like a big dude, but he just hangs out with Onosato.
Right. But exactly.
Anyway, I'll be rooting for Kirishima. I wouldn't mind seeing him come back.
Well, it might work to his benefit that no one's really breathing down his neck. Some guys, they're better if they're left alone. So you mentioned his potential, opponent that could affect all of this, Takayasu, also maintains the same rank with that 8-7, squeezing by, although Takayasu has maintained Sanyaku before on 6-9, so...
Yeah, well, that 6-9 allowed him to be in Sanyaku for basically a year.
Which is...
A year!
This man is a tough dude, okay?
He was doing the slow walks, and then he was up and down, and then we had the jokes about... We have weekend Takayasu, because he'd be out for a couple of days, he'd come back and he'd wreck face.
Yeah, I mean, it's incredible what he's able to do.
He has figured something out again. Yeah,
so he's still, in Sekiwake. I don't know that he's obviously nowhere near Ozeki, but every tournament is an opportunity to start the run anyway.
Well, I know he wants it.
Yeah.
I know we all want something very specific for Takayasu, and I will not
We
utter
can't say it.
It will not be uttered.
No.
It will simply be thought.
We can just say most Jung Yusho among active wrestlers.
But in a way, it's just every time Takayasu shows up and gives a stellar performance, like that is our gift. Every time.
It almost doesn't matter what his rank is because you just see him as an Ozeki. He's still an Ozeki. Even if he can't get back there. He fights guys so hard and aggressive. And yet he has his little sneaky moves that he can pull off. And he gets these big wins that really matter. So he's just adding to the delight of the whole sumo roster here.
Yeah, he brought Sanayama down a peg.
Yeah. That was... I wanted that match, and he showed him, like, you're not ready yet, buddy. You're not ready. I'm sorry.
That is the beauty of Takayasu. That is the kind of sumo he brings us.
Yes. And he's gonna be some tough competition for some of these Maegashira 1 through 5.
Yeah, this is a very interesting cluster that we're going to be looking at because there was the void that needed to be filled, and they filled it with people who aren't going to stay here.
No. If they do, then something's wrong in the universe. I don't know.
It's so, on one hand, Takayasu, how long can he hold on to Sekiwake in his current state? On the other hand, Takayasu, do you think you can beat Koto Shoho and Chiranaumi?
And Fujinokawa, even?
I am no longer.
I know.
That man is a paradox.
He's a paradox, yeah. He might be trying to go for Aonishki's
I don't know.
Aonishki's crown here.
Yeah, we'll get to Fujinokawa in a little bit, but we'll say for Takayasu that he does have the advantage on paper against Fujinokawa.
Yes, he at least has years of experience,
and against Chiranaumi, and against Takanosho, and against Koto. Like you look at these people and you're like,
yeah.
Not to say not any of those people can't take a win off of Takayasu, but you're looking at that. He's sitting there. He's looking at his matches tomorrow. I'm pantomiming a newspaper. Which do people even read newspapers anymore? Is that a thing?
Only old people.
Okay, well.
Do you read newspapers, John?
No. Takayasu pantomiming a newspaper reading, I'm fighting this guy tomorrow. I got this.
Well, he might be holding up a nice scroll of Banzuke, so it is still a paper.
Yeah, they do the point thing.
Yeah, so, it's still the same effect. So, I think we're going to enjoy ourselves with Takayasu.
Oh, yes.
As long as the back doesn't flare up, I think it'll be a good time. He's earned that spot. Now, Wakamoto Haru got a nice little half-rung bump up with an 8 and 7. Still hanging on to that Sanyaku for dear life. It's always interesting with him because for the longest time he was on an Ozeki run. He was up there with Daisho and Kirishima. He was poised to be the next guy just clawing for it, and now he's been knocked down a bunch of times and he keeps coming back up. He is more of an elder statesman at this point. He's not a young chicken anymore, but he's one of the more skilled guys. All those Ucharis and,
It is interesting because, like, the Maegashira 1 East-West and the Kamasubi, like, they're almost interchangeable because of how good things are. And Wakamoto Haru got that 8-7 and says, no, this is mine.
Right, you're not coming up.
He caused the logjam for his brother and for Yoshino Fuji that they weren't allowed in.
Yeah, which must have killed Wakataka Kage.
I don't know what kind of shouting matches or extra spirited sparring sessions happened that day.
Let's go right now.
Yeah.
In the dojo, we gotta work this one out.
That's you got sibling rivalry and you have sumo stable rivalry.
Right.
It's that is just some good stuff. That being said, there is a lot of talent and a lot of people that want to Sanyaku, and there's a lot of weight up here.
Yeah.
How he has to figure out the answer to these 6 people and then beat everybody below him.
Right. It's probably, best case scenario for him might be another 8 and 7.
It seems like it. This is the kind of situation that Wakamoto Haru is in.
Because he's not going to get exponentially better. I mean, he can hope to take advantage of something crazy, but he's not going to take advantage of something crazy with everybody up there. Just 1 or 2 matches, maybe. So, I would say he's in the best place he could be, and he just needs to try to maintain it.
He's fighting for his life.
Pretty much. Now, Atami Fuji. What to say about Atami Fuji? If you went back in time and listened to all of our different shows, okay, we weren't ready for this yet, and it's finally here. He got a 12 and 3. They pushed him from 4 into a Sanyaku spot.
John Yusho, that'll open up some
doors
for you.
Now, this is his first time in Sanyaku?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. So, the question is, can he do it again? We've waited and waited and waited for this level of performance from him. He seemed to gain confidence every single day. There's probably a lot of factors for that. But he is also dealing with the stress of the scandal over the stable. And I don't know if Atami Fuji is the type of guy who will be rattled by that. Hard to say. But he went from the highest of highs last tournament to
it's
Sanyaku curse, stable problems.
Breaking the Sanyaku curse for Atami Fuji, I feel like that's the baseline. If he can get 8 wins here, then the hype is real.
Yep.
Because with just the general pressure of being in Sanyaku, the expectation of getting a Jun-Yusho and doing it again, and just his larger consistency issues, if you get to 8 wins with Atami Fuji, start to believe.
Yeah. Yeah. And we have no historical precedent since.
It's no, we don't know.
We always say 2 tournaments is a pattern. We have no historical precedence for what Atami Fuji will do next.
Yep. If he gets 8 wins, obviously, if he gets more, that would be very nice. If he gets 8 wins in Sanyaku, he holds Sanyaku, he breaks the curse. Atami Fuji is some real. If he does Makakoshi, even if he just avoids 10 losses, like a 7 and 8, a 6 and 9, again, Sanyaku curse. The normal mortals, when they enter Sanyaku, it's a bit of a push down, particularly in this environment. So,
yeah, I mean, I would take a 7 and 8.
I take a 7 and 8.
Yeah.
And 7 and 8, and he's looking good doing it. Or okay, it's fine.
Right. Just work a little bit on this or that or whatever was going on, and you'll be okay.
I'm not worried. 5 and 10.
Right.
Anything better than a 5 and 10, we can work with that.
I feel like I could just roll the dice at this point. I don't.
We don't. Oh, there's no way.
I have no idea what to expect from this dude. So, I hope for the best for him. But
this is what we've been wanting.
Yeah, he's had such great potential for so long, and he's a very likable guy. So most people root for Atami Fuji, and they finally got it. Hopefully, he's not feeling too much pressure. He's really got to just go in there and do his thing.
Got to do his thing.
So, best of luck, Atami Fuji. Right below him is Wakatake Kage, who got iced out of getting into Sanyaku yet again. Basically because of Atami Fuji's Yusho contention, and then his brother his brother being a little stingy there.
His brother not falling out, and Atami Fuji's 12 and 3 was a bit of a stronger showing.
So Wakatake Kage, he was on the Ozeki run and crashed out. And he's been trying to get back ever since. And it's been really a slow climb. He's still not in Sanyaku. He's got to be extremely frustrated at this point. He is watching a lot of the guys he used to fight with surpassing him. He's watching this 21-year-old kid in Aonishiki just blow right by him. I hope he can settle himself because he is... I don't know if he's Ozeki caliber. That's always been the question. But I think he's skilled enough to at least be a Sanyaku mainstay. He's just got to get in there.
He's got to get in there.
He's got to push his way in.
There's only 4 slots. You have to really do a lot these days.
Yeah, they don't open those extra spots anymore.
They didn't give it to him. I mean, 9 and 6 at M2. You're like, well, yeah, you're pretty much in there. And then
especially because he was a former Sanyaku for a long time, and they still denied him.
To get the door shut in his face basically means that you need to do something really good if you want to force a 5th slot. And the good news for him, though, is that 1 East
Right. It's just a nice little leap.
They can't deny him forever.
No, eventually they have to let him in. They can't. If say he gets another 9 and 6, are they really going to deny him again?
It would be a rough.
It might.
Be rough. I
don't know.
It's a harder sell than at M2. That's a big rank.
Well, he does have the fact that Wakamoto Haru could get a 7 and 8, and they swap.
They could swap. Yeah.
So he's got his brother's always there, just paving the way.
I mean, theoretically, you can look at this like the entirety of Sanyaku could just empty.
Yeah.
Kirishima promotes or otherwise. Takayasu falls apart.
True.
Tommy Fuji falls apart. Wakamoto Haru falls apart.
Might be tons of spaces.
All of a sudden, come May, there's 4 available slots. You don't know.
Right.
And then Fuji no Kawa with 8 and 7s in Sanyaku.
Exactly. Like, it could be really, really weird for May.
The result, I mean, this is another thing that sometimes it's just little bits of luck.
Mm-hmm. And this is the Stormy Boss show. So, who knows? Any crazy thing could happen. It usually does emerge, so.
Nishiki got an 8 and 7 at like M3, M4. He got back off the Sanyaku because there was no one else.
Yeah.
Conversely, Wakataka Kage gets a 9 and 6. Yoshino Fuji gets an 8 and 7. Within range for like full up, sorry.
Yeah.
That's
the way it goes these days.
It's the bad luck for him. So it's at this point, it's just you remove luck. Easier said than done.
Yes. It's so easy to just point out the obvious, but
that's the asterisk on top of this.
Of course. So we'll see what happens with him. And we have another guy who's stuck. Yoshino Fuji maintains Maegashira 1 West with the 8 and 7. Not as much of a stinger in the sense that happens. 8 and 7 means you barely made it. It stinks, but at the same time, it's like, that happens.
It's rough to hold on a Kachikoshi outside of Sanyaku.
Mm-hmm.
This is just the logjam that happened, but like, normally that's like a Sekiwake thing that happens.
Right.
The good news for Yoshino Fuji, he keeps his Kachikoshi streak alive. He has never tasted Makakoshi.
It's reminding me of the good old Tomokaze days.
So he is in that Tomokaze kind of energy.
And he came up with Aonishiki, so I'm sure he's got his, like, everybody's seeing Aonishiki as their rival.
Everybody wants a piece of Aonishiki.
But I feel like Yoshino Fuji, like, he's got some fire in his belly, that's for sure. And I think he really wants to rise to the top. He's made it so very close. The question is, what new is he going to bring to the table?
He's getting better.
Yeah.
He's improving. Maybe he's a little fired up because Tommy Fuji bypassed him as well.
Right. We have this whole thing in Isegahama, like, who's going to be the top Fuji?
Who's going to be the top Fuji?
Yeah, so I think he has some pretty good potential. He's a little bit on the bigger side. Obviously not as big as Tommy Fuji. He is able to get Aonishiki upright. That's something most people struggle with, so you give him that. I think he's got some tricks up his sleeves. It just needs more time fighting. That's it. Yep. Just keep fighting.
He's still trying to find what's gonna take to get him moving down. We still have to figure that out.
He's definitely on my to-watch list. I could see him all of a sudden really pole vaulting up there, but maybe it's just going to take a little time to fine-tune some things.
He beat the Yokozuna in January. He's got it.
Right. It's just that when you're here with all these guys, you have to be dominant.
Yeah. Well, I mean, unfortunately, it's just like, what are you going to do the other 13 days?
Exactly. Like, you can't make a mistake, basically. And I guess he's probably feeling that pressure now, but we'll see. Once again, he too in Isegahama, I don't know what the feelings are, if there's tension, stress, awkwardness. We'll see. We just have to see what's out there on the ring, how everybody acts. Now, Fuji no Kawa, a Fuji who's not one of these Fujis, 10 and 5 gets this nice, amazing jump up from 7 to 2. Well earned, but I feel nervous just because he's small. And that's the only reason.
So, in January, when he was up to 7, we were looking at him just like, he's too high. He's not going to do well. Everybody just let him grow into it. He's probably going to get a Makakoshi. And then he gets to 10 and 5, and he's wrecking fools. And
he's got sumo spirit.
So now I'm like, I ain't putting nothing. Fuji no Kawa, you do whatever the hell you want.
You're just going for the ride, enjoying it?
There's no, like, normally I'd look at this and be like, you're a little high there, buddy. Like, we're talking with a Tommy Fuji, you're just like, it's the Sanyaku hex, just let him work through it. I'm looking at Fuji no Kami, like, maybe he does another 10-5. Maybe he doesn't care.
Right. I mean, how much further can he go? We just don't know until we see it.
He seems to just feed on the pressure like it's a candy.
I mean, he's going to fight all the top guys.
Yes.
And the question is, Hoshoryu is the one I always worry about because this is a new guy for him to face. You can see it.
Uh-huh.
Now, Shishi wrecked him, which makes me a little like, will he have trouble with those bigger guys? Like Onosato,
He may
Kotozakura.
bounce off of Onosato.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to like do some like crazy thing and do an Hashitori leg pick or something.
Keep your eyes on him.
I mean, he's got the speed.
Everything going on with Aonishiki, with Kirishima. We've got a couple of, once we get to the bottom of the Banzuke, there's some even more new hotness coming up. But Fuji no Kao, he's already made his presence known. You don't need me to tell you about him.
Right. Everybody knows about Fuji no Kao at this point.
But keep in mind, like you had said, now he's going to be getting these good matches. He's going to be getting them good sumos in. Another
situation where we have no historical precedence for how he will do against top guys. We're just going to wait and see.
Very exciting.
I'm excited.
Very exciting.
That will be worth it right there. Now we have Churano Umi, Maegashira 2 West, up from 5 West with a 9-6. Career high rank. He is like 31 now, I think. Most people, if you started watching sumo just recently, wouldn't know that he spent most of his career in Juryo. So his time now...
33.
33 years old. Come on. So he spent most of his career in Juryo, and here he is, like, Maegashira 2? He's found some way to make it all work.
He's been fun to watch. He's don't know about M2 for him, unfortunately.
This seems like a sure bet that this will be hard.
Like it's a very fascinating look at M2 this tournament because both of these people career high rank, both of these people about to find themselves in the deepest end.
Well, and here's the truth. If the top guys are the top guys, these guys don't stand a chance.
On paper, neither of them do.
They actually need the top guys to collapse. Or they need to be the one guy who gets the win. One or the other.
Yeah. So it's just that you look at them approaching this so differently. Like Churano-Omi, he can get a win off of anybody on a good day.
Right.
Don't ever count him out. Both of these guys, they will stare you down. They're fearless.
But will Onosato give up 5 wins? No. So you either got to be the guy who stands out against everybody, or they need to have a collapse, or they need to withdraw. It's an underdog story for sure. But once again, you don't know.
I wish him luck in March. He's gonna need it one way or the other.
Gonna need it.
I don't really see his path to 8 wins, but I know that he's gonna try.
He's going to give it his all.
He's going to give it his all, and that alone is going to make it worthwhile.
Exactly. So now we have Hieda Umi, Maegashira 3 East, up from 6 East with a 9-6. So he's been up here before. He's been through this, meat grinding, get beat up by everybody. He's a little bit older now, more experienced, so he's going to know what to expect. But the question is he just not at the level to compete up here?
Every time he comes up this high, they push him back out. But then every time he falls out of the top 5,
he comes back.
So, you can look at this. I'm looking at this positively. It's just like he keeps forcing the subject. He keeps coming back and saying, make me leave.
Right.
And eventually they're not going to be able to make him leave if he keeps improving, if he keeps refining.
Exactly. So at some point, to become good, you need to fight the best.
Yes.
Right? So every time he fights the best, even if they're better than him and they knock him down, he's learned more. Yeah. He's gained more skill. He refuses to be told he doesn't belong up there.
Yeah. And the fact he keeps coming back is the proof he does belong here, even if he can't stay here.
Right. And I think a lot of people train with him, at these stable sessions and stuff. So, he's got that hard, fast Tachi eye. He's just, I don't know. He he gets these paper thin losses. It's just not quite strong enough, not quite fast enough. Yeah. So if he can conquer that, then he can have a very different tournament. But, what does it take to do that? I don't know. Only he does.
Find out in March if he has it.
Yes. Oh, look at that. I just say oh, and oh-ho comes. Oh no, oh-ho he doesn't get as much of a demotion as he could have. He's pretty lucky, but
it's a gentle fall.
Gets kicked out of Sanyaku with that 4-11. He just, I don't know. What can I say about him that I haven't already said? He's an enigma. He has the legacy, he's a legacy baby. He's grown up. He's going to be a sumo guy his whole career. Sometimes he just looks so lost out there. Like 1 minute he's dominating and he's beating somebody and it's like, wow, look at that guy. He could be Ozeki. And the next minute it's like he just wide-eyed and what happened?
He cannot keep that whatever it is he has for the full 15.
Yeah.
He gets his days.
Right. He has a great day, but not a great tournament.
Yes. And up until he can get a string of those together and do it more than every other tournament.
Right.
Actually, that being said, is he due?
He might be due. With the 4-11, might be his time again.
Let's find out. Look at that. 10-5, 7. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it's not as clean. Maybe it's not as clean, but all right. So, okay, 10-5. Not too good. Kachikoshi. Oh, maybe he's figured it out. No, he hasn't. Oh, there he has figured it out. No, he hasn't. Oh, look at that. It's 10-5. So
that 4-11 is his worst.
It fell apart a little bit for him, but he'll crash out a little bit
and then get a good score.
Back to back Makakoshi is the sign he's going to do well.
Mm-hmm. Boy, that is not what you want to hear.
Here's some tea leaves for you. Look at it. 11-4, 6-9, 5-10, 8-7, 10-5.
Yeah, I guess he's...
Oho is good to go in March.
Oh, boy. Well, so once again, not all of these guys can have a good tournament, so it's either going to be Oho or it's going to be Fujinokawa. I'm not going to say it's Shirano Umi. Or it's Yoshino Fuji, so if Oho wants to be the guy, he's got to figure out whatever it is that... It could be stamina, maybe...
He's got to keep it. He has it and then it slips through the fingers.
There's literally nothing more draining than fighting for 15 days straight.
Yeah. Oh, this is one of those things that you can forget.
Yeah, the intensity of fighting, basically getting hit by a car every single day for 15 days. Most of us mortals could never fathom one day, let alone 15. But the problem is that he's supposed to be one of the elites, so... Everyone else is doing it, and he's not, and he's no longer the brand new baby. For the longest time, oh, he's only 21. Oh, he's only 22. Where is he at now?
26.
26, yeah. Now Aonishki's
His birthday's Valentine's Day.
Oh, what a nice birthday.
Oh, that's nice.
I hope he had a good birthday. So, Oho, I wish you the best. I have no faith left in you, but I hope that you'll prove me wrong. Now we have Daisho, who's in an interesting time in his career. They let him hold with that 7-8, which I'm not too shocked about that, but it could have went either way because they went a little crazy on this Banzuke. Yeah. He's coming back, but I'm afraid that his form that he was in before the injury is gone. We'll see embers of Daisho, and this is the best as we can get.
We have yet to see whether he's recovering or if this is as good as it's going to get. And it's one of those things that it's just, you have to show up and watch. But the good news is he's hit a point where he's good enough to do pretty good sumo.
Oh, yeah.
It's not Sekiwaki Daisho, but he's still fighting well. He'll have those moments that you're like, yeah!
Right, and he can take down anybody if he catches them exactly right. So, yeah, it's not necessarily such a negative thing. It's just that he may not be Sanyaku Daisho ever again, but he'll still be competitive Daisho. He's still Daisho.
This is the positive that's coming now that he's sort of building himself back up. And I mean, it's sort of Takayasu's a similar story. He may never get Ozeki again. It looks like he probably won't, but he's still fighting so well, and he's still thrashing people. And it's just like, you want good sumo. He's giving you good sumo. Why do you care where he is on a piece of paper?
Right. In some ways, like, what is the rank? The ranks mean everything and nothing at the same time. Because for any guy who isn't in the elite Yokozuna Ozeki Sanyaku situation, it's just a number. It's really just a number.
I'm still optimistic that maybe he can touch Sanyaku again. That, like, there will be a refinement. Things keep getting better.
Like, he turns this into an 8-7 this time around.
Yeah, something like that. The small things, but
he knows how to fight the top guys.
He does. He has the experience. He has the power, and I'm gonna bet all 15 days of Daisho will be fun to watch.
Yes, he never phones it in, no matter what condition he's in.
He's been getting hanked a lot lately, though, but that's still...
He's been getting hanked?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's still interesting sumo.
It's still interesting because he goes flying.
It's not for the ways you hope.
I feel like Daisho will never hanka. I hope I'm right about that. I feel like he is the guy that's like, no, I don't do that.
He doesn't... Why would he want to?
Yeah, I mean, just makes you feel kind of yucky. So I'll give him that as well. Now we have Takanosho. He doesn't ever go away, it seems like. Yeah. This doesn't make a lot of sense.
This was one of them head scratchers. So he's 5-10.
It only goes
down one rank.
No one could possibly. We did not pick that, I hope.
No.
Because that doesn't make any sense.
No. I think we had him.
How did anybody pick that? Somebody got a 15-0. They just must have like fit everybody else and are like, this is the only thing that makes sense.
He did some weird stuff where that person is. So the good news for Takanosho fans is that he's going to be fighting.
It's a do-over.
It's a weird do-over on a 5-10.
You have to wonder, do they just like his coach? Was this like a call and a favor?
I don't know.
I mean, it's really weird. This doesn't fit any precedent that we've ever seen in all this time.
Like with a 5-10, it's like he's not going to turn it around.
Right.
He'll still fight well, and to be fair, more of his matches were closer than you'd think.
It's probably going to be another 5-10.
But it's like, I'm like, a 7-8 will be nice.
Right.
Like an 8-7 would be excellent.
He better like train up, because if he gets a 9-6, then all will be forgotten.
It's insane. What is going on with this mess? Hard to tell. He is just barely in range of the Ozeki, though, and he might get a Yokozuna.
Right.
So we've got that going for him.
Yeah, but he had that one really great match with Onosato. I mean, apparently he can just Nodowa.
Yeah, he gotta win off of Yokozuna. It's not like he can't. It's just not looking good for him where he is.
No. If he struggled last time, he should struggle this time. But who knows? One tournament might make a difference. So, good luck. Good luck. Now we have Abi, who's always going to be quite confusing because we know what he's capable of and we know what he's been doing lately. So he gets a major jump from 12 East to 5 East with a 10-5. I have to imagine that at least part of this is they know he's better than this.
There was a void. This keeps happening.
Yeah.
That like the 3 to 7 section of the Banzuke is just a wasteland. And so if you're doing even marginally well, you get bumped up. Now, so with a 10-5, he was M12. So he was mathematically, he would have been M7. And they're like, keep going up because there's literally no one else.
Right. Everybody else had to get knocked down.
And so past presidents may have had an influence there. He is a former Sanyaku.
Yusho winner. Dude can do it. But what's interesting now is we're trying to figure out, how injured are you? How much do you have it together? Because he got a surgery, didn't he?
There's things he's working through.
Yeah, so if he did get a surgery, he's recovering from that. And then there was obviously something that caused the surgery to be necessary. And once again, you don't get to take time off with sumo. You just keep working and working and working. So is recovery possible? I guess we'll find out.
Yeah. So the thing is that recovery may be possible, and whether it's physical, whether it's mental, at M5, you have to figure it out. This is sort of the test, is that lower down Abi, doing well, not doing well, like, oh, maybe it's injury, maybe it's just that and the other thing. Like at M5, you figure it out, they're kicking your butt.
And old Abi, I wouldn't be concerned. I'd be like, oh, he needs to get back up to 1 or back up to Sanyaku. This new version of Abi, I don't know. I don't know if he's ready.
It will sort of going in there will be like, okay, how much do you have your things together? And that's what we're going to find out.
It'd be great if he was just like pranking all of us. And he's like, yeah, I'm hurt. And then he gets to Yusho or something.
So towards that end, he is high enough up that he can get a very important win off somebody who really doesn't want to lose.
Mm-hmm.
So now, mentioned, for example, Kirishima's Ozeki run.
Yep.
He's fighting Abi.
Yep.
What if Abi Henkas him?
Right.
There goes the Ozeki run.
I mean, for goodness sakes, Abi Hanka'd on the sumo tour.
Yeah.
People are now expecting Abi Hankas. Yeah. It is his brand of sumo. So,
So this is something to keep in mind, is that Abi is in a position to make a change in somebody's future.
And he seems to come out for that. He seems to fire up with like messing with.
There's a bit of chaos in him. He's a disciple of Shodai in a way.
In a way.
So look forward to figuring out where Abi is.
Abi could even go 1-14, but the one win is like Onishiki or something.
Yeah, that could be what happens. Like he can do okay. 6-9, maybe he's all right. Well, he get absolutely double-digit loss, just demolished. But then he gets a win off of somebody crazy. He's in that position. Look forward to it.
and don't get too angry when he hankas someone, because he's gonna hanka somebody.
He'll have fun doing it.
Everybody should expect it at this point.
He'll smile. He don't care.
No, he has no shame.
No remorse.
He will go, I am Abe. My favorite. Okay, Koto Shoho. This one I'm concerned about. He gets the jump from 10 West to 5 West with the 9 and 6. That's a pretty big jump for a 9 and 6. He did well enough to get a 9 and 6, but I wasn't feeling like it was a dominant performance. He seemed very unsure of himself in many of the matches. I don't know what the guy's problem is. Like, I don't know. There's something off about him. Something off about his sumo. And that's why he can't find success. Yeah. Like, he can win a Yusho in one hand, but then, look terrible down at the bottom of the Banzuke.
M5, this tournament is the rank of prove it. So for Abi, it is, can you overcome your injuries and other problems? For Koto Shoho, it is, can you figure this out? It's really weird because, we always talk about sometimes, there'll be a 7 and 8, and we're like, this doesn't tell the whole story. Koto Shoho is an example of the opposite.
It tells the exact story.
And that, no, he got a 9 and 6. On paper, You're just like,
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, you're doing pretty well, 9 and 6,
But you're not.
But, that is the most unconvincing 9 and 6 in a while. Because you looked at him and you're like, oh, I guess he did win 9. Somehow.
You're like, how did he pull that off?
So, for the larger context, now, from here, again, if you're at M5... You better come out.
Bring it.
You gotta bring it because.
Well, let me put it this way: if it wasn't a 9 and 6, let's say it was a 6 and 9 or a 7 and 8, then you would feel, oh yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
The 9 and 6 is a complete out in left field. We were looking at somebody else, and somehow Koto Shoho tripped his way into that 9 and 6.
So if he's figured something out recently, if he's able to get his stuff back together, I don't know what that would look like, but.
Right, what does a put together Koto Shoho look like?
And this is always the fun of the preview show, is that those 15 days, that stretch of time, anything
things are
anything is possible. All all may be made real. We could have a 15-0 Gonoyama.
We could.
Hey, will it happen? Absolutely not.
But it could.
But it could.
It could.
You could. You don't know.
You don't know anything.
We don't know anything.
Look, we didn't know Takanosho was going to get put at Maegashira 4 with a 5 and 10. That's going to make the Banzuke impossible to guess from here on out.
It's liberating for me personally because there has always been, like, particularly now that we have like people helping us, and there's people now that are tuning in, and like there are a couple of people who be like, oh, I looked at your Banzuke list, you're looking pretty good. I'm just like, okay, we gotta that we're not professional. We will never be professional until Hiramorta sends you an email, but
that's right. Then it'll be like, all right, we're going pro.
We gotta go pro. No,
I don't think Hito would appreciate some of the things I say. I think perhaps.
No, oh my goodness.
You know, what can you do about that?
Do you think who's the most like legit person you think actually listens to this?
The most legit person who actually listens to our show?
Yeah, like we appreciate people like we want like who's the guy in like an actual sumo stable? Some Jonidan guy who stumbles across. Where is the line for us?
I don't know. I'd have to like look at some of these sumo food channels and say like that guy right there. He would. I mean, I don't think we're even good enough for a Nabatame. You know what I mean?
No.
It's got to be like somebody who just showed up into sumo. He's like 15 years old.
He
was just like bored on his phone and was like, "What is this weird American show?"
Sometimes I just imagine one of those like driving thoughts or shower thoughts that I just imagine Murray Johnson stumbles across us, watches for 15 seconds. He's like, "What is this crap?" and then turns it off.
They'll let anybody onto YouTube.
I know.
And then he goes home and tells his wife, like, I just hate YouTube. You people are... They let these, like, losers on here.
Then he sends it to John Gunning and is just like, listen to these guys.
It's like, ugh.
John Gunning's like, why did you send this to you? Pranked!
Yeah, let's make a meme out of it.
Anyway.
You know, it's fun to just think about that sort of thing.
It doesn't matter.
Yes.
It doesn't matter.
We're having fun.
So anyway.
It's all about the fun.
So we're here to have fun. This is the point. And... so seeing these weird Banzuke things really helps for me to be like, just have fun with it.
Right. Don't try to guess this.
Just be grateful that people show up to these.
Right. And want to actually
contribute.
Yes.
That we're part of this community that Maria, you really helped to nurture, where let's just hang out.
I just like hanging out.
Thanks for
Sumo's good for hanging out.
Sumo's good for hanging out.
So speaking of somebody who likes to have fun, and I just saw this video recently, Ichi Yamamoto, Maegashira 6 East, down from 1 East with that 411, which makes a lot more sense than Takanosho's. We expected this from Ichi Yamamoto. I mean, this is the more like expected path for somebody who's still. He's working on it. He's getting better and better, but he wasn't quite there yet. But I just saw a video of him like just sprinting out of nowhere. Who knows what he forgot? But like all these fans were like recording him and he is just booking it. Like he is going to be in like the most trouble of his life. And he just had that expression that Ichi Yamamoto has. Just this kind of like, face. So I just love the guy. He is amazing in every single way. He
was already an interesting story when he came up. And then he's been just sort of fun to watch in general, just to see his sumo path.
Yeah, I feel like nobody compares him to Abe anymore, like looks-wise, because he's his own thing now.
Yeah. What's interesting is that they've evolved.
Yes.
And this is when people get knocked down like this. So he goes from 1 to 6, his career high rank, he gets a little humbling, which is part of the process. The big thing to watch for Ichi Yamamoto is whether he holds on to that brand for himself that he's building.
Right, instead of like trying other things and going backwards.
If he falls back on his old habits, if he's pulling again, if he's running away, doing more lateral stuff, that's how you know that he's still working through it a little bit. But if he does that forward drive, like he was doing, like a sort of a lower drive, and if he goes for the belt again,
yes,
that's how
always
you know
interesting.
He's internalizing what happened to him in January, and that is going to be the sign that he'll be able to rebound.
It would be great to see a rebound here.
again, if he keeps that mentality that got him to M1.
Right, like you were good at M1. Or you were good enough to get to M1. It's just that these guys are better. Stick with the plan.
If that mindset, easy Kachikoshi where he is right now.
Right.
I think.
And then it'll show us like what his actual ranking should be.
And that's the fun part. It's exciting. It's a little bit of hope.
Yeah, I still have hope for him.
I have hope.
Yeah.
I'll bet on him. It might hurt me. I might be like, in 2 weeks.
You might be like, well, that was a bad idea.
How much have we talked about what we're doing in 2 weeks?
We haven't told anybody anything, so
okay.
This is a good time to do it.
You might as well. So, the 1,000 viewer special, 1,000 subscriber. We have 1,000 views before.
Yes.
On videos. Yes.
Yes. We've had 3,000 views actually. Yeah, we have one video that has 3,500 views. Has a Takeke Show thumbnail. Gotta believe that's the reason. But anyway.
Yes. So our grand design, it's gonna be a disaster, but I'm here for it. Well, I'm literally here for it because the recap show for March will be done live,
which is going to be crazy.
And it's gonna be long. I mean, our recap shows have been getting out of hand as it is, but
we're gonna add a couple extra hours to it. I would say.
We figure that the way that these things go, the way that live things go, like it'll be like a whole afternoon.
Yeah,
and
we're gonna bring snacks.
Yeah, we need snacks. We need drinks. We're gonna need breaks.
Yeah,
we'll do shifts.
So what we'll do is we won't go through our whole spiel. Like we'll just do like shorter things or talk about topics.
Yep.
So we can read your chat, but we will not get through all the chat.
We'll try to get through the chat, but it's gonna. I mean, when we do guess the Banzuke, now when we do that, we're already going in there to chew the fat. But like we will get off topic for a long time. We'll have to. There will be a need to be a little bit of self moderation on that case.
Right, like we might have to like say, yeah, we can't talk about that right now. Let's talk about Ichi Yamamoto.
Yeah. So we'll be jumping around. We'll be non-linear, I think, so that if people are excited to talk about this wrestler, then we're like, we'll talk about this wrestler.
Particularly if we have something big happen, like a Yokozuna promotion or an Ozeki return, like that might take up a big chunk of time. But we tried to do a live recap once, and this is before we had 1,000 subscribers. We only had 100 or 200 or something. It was hard.
Yeah, it was rough. Yeah, when we do the live shows, we have the benefit of not having an agenda, spiritually. No, I know when you do your live stuff, like you have like a set of notes that you go through, and then you go to the comments.
But they're short.
And then when we do the guest of Banzuke stuff, it's like we just go out there to hang out. But like this will be us sitting down there. Like we'll have our list of things that we got to say, and like we're gonna have to be able to balance that, balance the comments, balance the backs and forths. That's why we think it's going to go long. It's going to go
long, and it's going to be a little crazy, but be patient with us. And I think we'll have our audio issues tested out fully. We discovered
it'll be better.
We discovered something weird that we didn't know had gone on, which is what changed everything with the guest of Banzuke.
There was some weird stuff going on with that, and there's some layout sitting things that we were not really. We didn't really pay too much attention to when we were doing the guest of Banzuke. We're just like, it's good enough.
It's just guest of Banzuke.
Yeah. So. Anyway, feel free to come in and out because we'll be here for so long that
it won't matter.
Yeah.
And it will be the Sunday of the tournament. So if you're in one of the time zones that's directly with the sumo, it's going to be the middle of the night for you, or it's going to be early morning for some of you. So. Come in, don't come in, whatever.
Yeah.
Just you can listen to it later, but it'll be insane anyway.
That's our plan.
So let's move on to Onokatsu. Maegashira 6 West maintaining the same rank again with the 7 and 8. So this is a second consecutive hold at this rank. He is the new Roga, apparently.
He's getting very Roga-like qualities, yes.
He's just kind of stuck.
Yep.
He's good enough, but he's not going anywhere. He just can't excel at this point.
This is the textbook example of hitting your ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
And that he has proven that he belongs exactly where he is.
Exactly.
That this is his rank. And
he just wants to like cement his name on it.
So on one hand, M6 is a really good place to be. He has some exciting matches, and you're just out of range of the Yokozuna and the Ozeki. Maybe you'll get one of them if you start popping off.
That's the only way at this point.
But on the other hand, if you're an aspiring Rikishi who is not satisfied with his lot in life, he will need to do something.
Well, here's the crazy thing, right? Let's say he's nice and comfortable here. If he gets an 8 and 7, he might get thrown all the way up to Maegashira 4.
Well, there is.
So maybe he wants to stay here. Maybe he shouldn't get that 8th win.
He could be in for a world of hurt on an 8 and 7. It's
Yeah.
entirely possible. And he is improving, but again, like he's improving. It's like a merit increase. Mm-hmm. And that like he's improving at the same rate that everyone else around him is improving. So it looks like he's not moving.
Right. But it's like he just isn't moving as high as they're moving. So he's doing what like salaryman sumo.
Yeah. And he's good. It's fun. I still think there's potential for him to evolve into something.
Well, some people, their path is a lot slower.
Yeah.
And it feels like that's the case for him. When he first came, it looked like he could rise a little quicker, but we now know like this is his pace.
So it is up to him in March, whether he figures something out, or failing that, if he simply holds rank for the 3rd time.
Which would be pretty funny.
In which case, then Onokatsu will then be owning it, who will take it from Roga. Roga, who was dumped on a 7 and 8.
Yes.
This tournament, I believe.
They finally said to Roga, look.
Yep. So,
what is the rhyme or reason for this, people?
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, I would have bet on Roga to hold rank.
Why would he not hold rank?
You're going to let some of the guys hold rank, but not others? Like,
they gave him, they didn't even give him a half slide. They gave him the whole dump. They gave him the whole rank down. I was like, okay.
Ay. So, his, not counterpart in this case, but just a little bit down further, Oshoma also maintained his rank with the 7 and 8. We talk about this all the time. This is a do-over. You know, last tournament was... He probably wouldn't be too thrilled about last tournament, but now let's say he's got a little bit more recovery. We don't know what's going on in terms of injuries and such.
Did he get married?
He did get married. Maybe that was on his mind.
Yeah, because this was the problem for him. He was 5-0, and then something happened, and it all fell apart. So if that's something that happened was injury or wedding planning or who knows what,
you kind of have to take these life events into account. Like, yeah, in theory, I'm a professional. I should be very focused. Something could have happened.
They're young kids too.
Yeah,
they're children.
Yeah, yeah, I know, right? 20s. We know in our 20s, nothing, absolutely nothing. So maybe he's just off. That's it.
So if that was why, he should be fine here, because really, M7 is the rank that Oshoma gets to rebound back up.
Right.
Normally.
It's just like, let me do well enough to hold here.
So
next tournament is mine.
That is what I'm hoping is the case for Oshoma. But that being said, something else to keep in mind is that we've got these talents that are starting to come up.
You always have to worry about them.
There are some people that we'll be talking about how like it feels like they had their moment that they were high, and then like reality caught up to them. Mm-hmm. And then they just can't get that high anymore.
Right.
And so if Oshoma keeps stuck here, it may feel like he's been pulled down out of the skies.
Right. It's just going to be the case that he's been leapfrogged.
Yeah. So it is still, I feel like it is still within his control where his destiny lies. And we'll find that out in March.
Yeah.
Look forward to it.
Now we got to talk about Hakano Fuji, and we got to kind of address what's going on. So he gets a demotion from Maegashira 3 West to 7 West, 5, 8, and 2. Yeah. Another injury pullout. The story was that it was just another frustrating Hakano Fuji can't stay healthy, another frustrating
Fuji can't stay healthy.
Right, another body part that's injured versus, the same one.
Yep, because it was both him and Nishiki Fuji injured out after a promising start, which is a little frustrating. Now we're adding on to that the latest scandal.
Because there's always another scandal, because I've just accepted the fact that this will just keep happening. You're never going to have a moment where there's not another scandal in sumo. This is just, the system, in my opinion, is just broken.
So, for better or for worse, and there are heated arguments to both, we're not going to hear about what happened and what the judgment is until after the tournament.
Right. So, but we have to play a little bit of what ifs, because that's what this whole show is. So, there was some aggressive act perpetrated on Hakuno Fuji from Isegahama. We don't know. The guy's already injured, and I'm not saying he necessarily injured him more, but the guy's already injured. Mentally speaking, he's already not in the stable he originally got into. Now he's got a spat with his coach that could be disastrous for Isegahama's career. I don't know what kind of mental shape he's going to be in going into this tournament. Like, I could almost just say, shrug your shoulders. How is this guy going to compete with all of this going on?
So for a lot of people, like, part of me wonders if this is going to be affecting Atami Fuji more than it will affect Hakuno Fuji.
Possibly, yeah.
So there's a lot of weird things that have been reported. There's a lot of scuttlebutt and he said, she says, and tabloid reports and all of this stuff. I'm pushing it on my mind. I'm like, they will say what happened.
Right. I'm not making any opinions until it's all out there.
It's all out there. But looking at it from the perspective of Hakuno Fuji, who went through an absurd amount of stress and pressure during the Hakuho days, the Miyagino days, and was still able to pull himself out of it. This doesn't seem as bad as what he's been through.
Perhaps. I mean, that was a lot to, like, you come in a certain stable, this is where you're going to be, then you get brought into this other one, and you're, like, stuffed in there, and you're not the main guy anymore. With that said, all the focus is on him, though, specifically. At least with that other scandal, it was about other people.
Well, he was the top guy in Miyagino, so everyone was looking up to him back then as a role model.
True. So he did have the pressure back then of being the top guy.
He was the top guy. And so now there are other people who are the top guy. There's other people salaried around him.
Yeah, he's completely surrounded by salary guys.
So
like no other.
There's people to share the burden with him, and in a way, it almost feels like the focus will be off of Hakuno Fuji.
Right, it'll be on everybody else.
Everyone else. But that being said, this is all making it up.
Right, we have no clue what is going to happen with him or what's going on in his head, and still, you have the original injury now.
Yeah, this could all be a moot point if he shows up with a busted arm and he does 6 and 9 anyway.
Exactly.
And then he could have been adorned with flower petals and pleasant.
Didn't make a difference.
And it's like, and he still would have gotten a 6 and 9 because his arm's busted. I don't know.
He's a pretty young guy himself, isn't he? Like you were just saying, like these guys are 20-year-olds.
23.
Okay, he's 23 years old.
Technically 22. He's 23 in August.
Oh my goodness,
yeah,
22 years old.
He went through. This is another thing.
He went through a lot.
He went through a lot of stuff before he got to like 21.
That's crazy. So yeah, a 23-year-old going through all this, he's probably like, I'm gonna do what I want. This is rough.
Recontextualizing all this stuff going on, and like you said, like. In my early 20s, I
was not responsible at 23.
No.
Not at all.
No. So, yeah. He's
going to go fight. Lot of pressure.
He's going to go fight. Hopefully he doesn't get injured again. That's about as far as I can tell.
Every part of his body gets injured, apparently. I think this most recent one was a toe, wasn't it? Or was it the arm?
Well, I defaulted the arm. I think you're right. It was the ankle or the toe.
There was
there was the ankle, the weird bend, and then apparently he broke his toe like the next day.
So like he already had the arm thing, and now he has a new injury. Ugh. So that's a whole other topic. Anyway, I really sincerely mean best of luck.
Best of luck
to Hakuno Fuji.
Make it 15 days.
Yes. Now, our bright shining moment in this whole thing.
Transition.
Ura, our big pink sumo buddy. He has a 4-11. He goes down from 2 East to 8 East. Not as bad as it could be. I was happy about that. It means that Ura will still fight good, interesting matches with guys around him. Like
he's going to be fighting these guys. He may get a Fujinokawa. He's going to get Oho. He's going to...
And Abi.
He'll get Abi. So, like, there's a good chunk of people up here, and these are good fights.
Right.
And the magic thing about Ura is, when he does well, then he gets promoted, which is super cool because he's higher up, and then he gets to fight the best of the best, and that's also really cool.
But then it doesn't go so well because...
It doesn't go so well. Maybe he wins, maybe he loses.
He always makes it interesting either way.
And here's the good thing. When Ura goes down... That's also a good thing because then he gets to pull off more tricks against people who don't know what to do about him.
Oh, yeah.
And then we get really fun sumo, and then he does weird things that we have to look up what they do on the Kimarite list.
You were like, what was that one? Yeah, it's kind of fun to watch him fight the new guys.
No matter what happens to Ura on the Banzuke, it is good news for people who like Ura, which should be everyone.
How often has he fought Shishi? Has he fought Shishi?
He's gonna.
He's gonna fight him this time. Has he ever fought Shishi?
This might be. You want to figure out the anti-Shishi?
Oh,
you give him Ura.
Guys, this might be the most exciting match in the whole tournament. Ura versus Shishi. Two anti-sumo... Well, Ura's pretty technical sumo, actually, but anti-sumo versus technical sumo versus... I mean, Ura's going for the legs. The question is, will Shishi just, like, forearm him down or something? It could be either the coolest match ever or, like, the most awful match ever.
I predict a limbo move. I'm not sure who's going to do it.
Either could do it.
They could both do it.
Yeah, this might be the first time Ura's ever faced Shishi, which I'm looking forward to this. It'll be the craziest match.
It's exciting. And this is what if Ura did well, he would never have fought Shishi.
Exactly.
So it's fine that he gets demoted. You see what I mean?
Yeah, there's always a plus side with Ura.
It is always a win for Ura, no matter where he is, because Ura is spectacular.
Yes. The greatest sumo wrestler of all time. Fight me on it. Rank does not matter.
Doesn't matter.
Rank does not matter. Ura's the greatest of all time.
Beloved by all.
So, I expect Ura to do decently here. Unless if he's a little on the injured side, we might get a 7-8 or a 6-9, but I'm not expecting it. So, I'm going in with good vibes for Ura. Now, we have the anti-Ura. Every time I see his name, I'm just kind of like, Mr. Shodai. He only gets a half-rank demotion from Maegashira 8 East to 8 West with that 7 and 8. I mean, he was just being Shodai. What can I say? We've said what Shodai is. He is such
a known quantity at this point.
He's so known in that you don't know what version you're going to get, but like it's so predictable. It's like, okay, Shodai stands up at the Tachiai. He either absorbs it and then does something awesome, or he gets blasted out and gives up. It's... What mood is he in? What kind of sumo does Shodai feel like giving us today?
Here are things I can say with certainty. He will be in the top division in March. He will fight 15 days. He will win some of them.
And he will lose others. And you don't know for sure. I mean, he's probably going to fight Asanoyama again.
He did bring the thunder for Asanoyama.
So you want to see those types of fighters that bring something out of him, because then it gets a little interesting.
Yes.
How did he do against Shishi last time?
What did he do against Shishi?
Because I feel like Shodai and Shishi's another weird pairing. Not that every match Shishi is in isn't weird.
He didn't fight. Oh, he beat Shishi in September.
Okay. And that was when he had his 10 and 5.
And he beat him in July.
I think I'm going to pay more.
And he beat him in May.
Okay. So he's got Shishi's number. So maybe we can say with certainty that Shishi...
That's one win.
Shodai will get...
That's one win.
All right. So he won't go 0-15.
1-14.
1-14 Shodai.
Bet.
Yeah, there's really not much more to say. You're just Shodai.
It's Shodai.
Let's move on to Toki Hayate. Maegashira 9 East, up from 10 East with an 8 and 7. So this is a career high rank for him?
Yes, he topped his career high rank from last tournament with that 8 and 7.
Which is pretty cool. I wasn't sure what we would get out of Toki Hayate overall. He is doing better than I expected. Now, it's been a slower climb. I'm pretty sure he went down to Juryo and came back like 6 months ago or something like that. Gotta look at that.
Let's look.
I think his first appearance in the top division didn't go so well.
You're right here.
Yeah.
2024. So.
Wow, time is like flying. That was like 2 years ago. That's crazy to me.
It does not feel right.
No, it felt like that was last year.
Yep. So, yeah, he goes, he dips his toe and he gets kicked out. He struggles. And then the second time, he just made it work. It was a bit of a struggle down here. But then look
at that. 10 and 5, a little bit, 8 and 7, then a little bit of struggle, but then 9 and 6, 8 and 7.
So he's coming into his own.
He's starting. I think he's enjoying all the small guys. Like they're almost making their own little division. And it gets, get you excited, get you, those are fights that you can really refine your craft on. You're not so overpowered.
He is still, so like you said, he's building, he's crafting, he's refining. I would say to look for the quality of a sumo in March more than his win and loss.
Yeah, that's where we're at with him.
And he's evolving. He's starting to look really good. He's not quite ready for prime time.
No, I couldn't picture him in Fujinokawa's place, for instance.
No, but he's showing that he will be there in the future.
Right, as long as he keeps himself healthy.
So,
I always worry about those small guys for that reason.
Yep. Now, if he does get a Kachikoshi again, all the better. But, again, just keep an eye on the sumo technique. See how he's refining his speed, his focus, his grappling strength. If you see that these things are starting to continue their progress, then even if he's a 7 and 8, 6 and 9 in March, this is the long-term growth.
Right. He's got to continue to get a little bit bigger as well, because the smaller you are, the more this is going to take a toll on your body. You've seen even the small guys bulk up. Ura, for instance. Ura was a small guy. He's bulked up enough now so you can't just, throw him 4 rows, 4 rows back. Not as easy
as it was.
Yeah, so Toki Hayate is the type of guy who needs that time to get a little bit bigger, whether that just be muscle-wise or whatever. So I hope he doesn't get a 9 and 6 and they throw him up to Maegashira 4 because of the void.
Wow.
It could happen.
Maybe.
Let's hope he just gets a nice little tiny increase so he has time. Now, the man of the century, Tamawashi, Maegashira 9 West, down from 5 West with the 5 and 10. This should be comfortable for him.
It was starting to get real nasty up there for him in the 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, I mean he's pretty big and he's pretty strong and he's kept himself in amazing shape for his age. He's turning 42 this year, guys. That's insane. But he's still, he's not as fast as anybody else here. He's not as strong as he was. He's got to be very measured in what he does. So it's good for him to get back in a position that's a little bit easier to go 15 days with.
Also, his power down here is going to translate a lot better.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to crush people. So you want something to look forward to? It's Tamawashi just ejecting people.
I mean, he could get Tokihate. He can get Gonoyama. He could get Roga. Asakuryu. He could get Asakuryu. Tobizaru.
Yeah, there's some.
That's like 5 wins right there.
There's some good matches for him down here. Also, the kinds of matches that you look at this and you're just like, Tamawashi should be fighting these guys.
Yeah, exactly. Like, he's earned his right to, like, hang out, at the edge of the double digits.
The edge of them.
And without anybody having higher expectations. So I'm rooting for him as always, as everybody is. I would love it if he got double digits, but of course that means he would get pole vaulted up and get back in that same position he was just
Everybody's at risk when you're in this 8, 9, 7. You do a little bit too well.
Right, and it's kind of a strange paradox there, right? Like, that's what you want, right? But if you're not ready, you want to go up slower. So we should expect good things from Tamawashi, I think. Now we have Gonoyama, which, he's not quite on the level of Oho in terms of potential. Oho, you're always like, he should be doing better. Gonoyama, unfortunately, we're at a place now where it's like, this is as good as he can get. And that stinks.
It is a little rough. He was in that almost a Tommy Fuji-esque in the top 5, just needed that one thing to finally break through and get into Sanyaku. And then he got squeezed out of all of it. And
he just doesn't seem like he matches with anybody anymore.
The January performance was really, really rough.
Thank goodness he pulled off a 7 and 8, though. Like, I thought it was going to be much worse.
You're hitting this point where here was this guy who had a rivalry with Hoshoryu,
right?
All the way back when, like, those guys were going back and forth, and you're like, oh man, yeah, Gonoyama's gonna rise up. It's gonna be this cool thing, and the bottom fell out of him, and so he needs to figure that out. And
it's like all he has is his Tachi-ai, and since everybody knows that, if he can't follow through, it's easy to beat him.
Yeah. So for the time being, it may be best simply to temper our expectations, to let Gonoyama refine. There was a point where his follow-up on the Tachi-ai was starting to look really good, but I think at this point, like towards your point, like, people just know
that this is all he can do.
You survive that Tachi-ai, you keep yourself out of the blast zone.
Right, like he tries to, and this is a good strategy, but he tries to now glue himself to his opponent. The problem is they slip to the side all the time on him, and he just goes flying forward.
The gluing was the solution when people were able to get away, when people were able to hit and then run, and so then he glued to them, and then he hit this point where he would convert his explosive, crazy Tachi-ai power into a drive.
Right.
But now that's not even working for him. Yeah,
it's just nothing's right.
So, for the short term, there will be those 2, 3, 4, or 5 Tachi-ais that he just smokes somebody, and that's gonna be fun to watch.
Right.
The other 10 days,
it's gonna be a little bit like
just don't put your hopes too much up for him until he gives us something to talk about.
Right. He might need to drop all the way down before we see another decent record for him.
Hope it's sooner rather than later. But that being said, maybe March isn't his tournament.
I'm not feeling it. Now we have Roga, Maegashira 10 West, down from Maegashira 9 West with the 7 and 8. So they're like, no hold for you,
no
Roga.
More hold.
We gave you so many holds. We're out of holds. Roga, he had the injury a couple tournaments ago, was it? So he's been still trying to make his way back to where he was. But he was already somebody who was just very slowly climbing up the ranks. He's kind of like, the tortoise and the hare situation. So I think he's still doing that, but now he's just in a more vulnerable position than before the injury.
There is some of that. I feel like he's sort of settled back into where he was pre-injury, and that he's doing good, interesting sumo, but he's hitting a point where the numbers just aren't in his favor. And, no amount of sumo spirit is going to help him climb the Banzuke.
No.
So it is slow and steady wins the race. It is him evolving his craft in in time in front of us.
Mm-hmm.
And for somebody like Roga, it's one of those things that like he can just be here forever, or it could be like there's that one tournament that it just gets turned on.
Right.
So I'm like, I'll always keep an eye, definitely in the first week for Roga. I have a keener eye on him, and I'm like, is this the tournament that he breaks out? It feels like he has that breakout.
Right.
But then like day 8, 9, if he's like 3 and 4 or 3 and 5, I'm like,
forget it.
I'm like, I still enjoy watching a Roga match, but like, I'm not wondering if something happened.
Right.
It's the Roga we know.
Right. So we're back to the Roga we know. Now, who we don't know, and we'll never know, and we'll never understand, is Mr. Shishi here. Maegashira 11 East, up from 14 East, 9 and 6. Okay, so Shishi is an anomaly. We've called him anti-sumo. We've called him all sorts of things. I did not expect him to have a successful January, and then all of a sudden he just did. I was ready to write him off to go back to Juryo. He can't be stopped. And I think at least a part of it is, and it's a minor part in some ways, but it's not. He's just so big that it does give him an advantage. But we know that just being big doesn't get you in the top division. He's
able to leverage being big, and it doesn't look pretty.
No.
But it is enough to be in the top division, to your point. So
and to keep rising up.
Yeah. So this is about as high as he gets before reality sets in. Mm-hmm. Normally. Now there were a couple of things that some people could interpret as sumo techniques that he did in January, but the last time he did this to us, he made fools of us by then just completely unlearning everything that he learned.
Exactly.
So having more of a critical eye to that, like it's not he's on his way up. It's something happened in January. Was it sumo?
Right.
We're not sure until March.
Right. And will something happen again for him, or will he do what we expect and just like crash out?
Yeah. So the pattern, the betting man is that Shishi's going to get a double-digit loss and it's going to get thrashed around.
Right. But he is going to have some interesting matches like we talked about. The Ura match. Asanoyama's an interesting match. Tamawashi's an interesting match. But he's just... Words cannot describe Shishi in a very different way than Shodai or Ura. Everybody's getting their own categories now.
He's a fascinating specimen of a sumo wrestler. I appreciate him being here. And in March, again, if he can do the 2 tournament pattern, if he gets another 9 and 6 in March, then
we have to rethink.
Well, it's up to the other 41 wrestlers to get their acts together.
Yeah. I mean, if Shishi's beating you, that's not good.
Guys.
I mean, I'd love to see Shishi fight Onosato. I mean, come on.
He would need to go on an absolute tear.
Now, of course, we need Onosato's shoulder to be...
Yeah, like this would need to be like a day 10, day 11. What the hell is this guy doing?
I could picture like Shishi going after the injured arm. Like no one else seemed to do that last tournament. Shishi's got kind of this...
Onosato did a really good job of protecting the arm.
He did.
He was aggressive on the right side, like
don't touch it.
Yeah, he turned and he was doing a lot of right side sumo and then sort of body checking, and in which case then his shoulder was. You would have to give something up to go after the shoulder.
Right.
So that was Onosato's adaptation.
Shishi would
really
give something up. Shishi would do something. I feel like there's a little bit of an anger in him or a twistedness. I mean, remember how he launched Fuji no Kawa? It was like the most bullyish shove I've ever seen. It was
pretty Smash Brothers 300%. I'm glad after the fact that he didn't get hurt.
Yes.
So that we can just enjoy that image.
Right. Of just like raw power.
Of just shoop.
So, we're talking in hypotheticals here, but watching Onosato fight Shishi would be highly amusing to me. I just want to see it once. But anyway, looking forward to see what Shishi actually brings to us. Now we have Osho Umi, Maegashira 11 West, up from 16 West with a 10 and 5. So here's one where it's like that promotion was not nearly as high as I expected. But I guess there was nowhere for him to go.
Yeah, well, this was like where he's supposed to go, but
because everybody else was so launched.
Yeah, so I think Abi was at M12.
Okay.
So where Asanayama is now, and he got the 10 and 5, and then he just got launched into the stratosphere just because they
needed somebody.
And so for Oshomi, really the big story for him is that he had that 7 and 8 hold to get him into January.
Right. And if not for that hold, he doesn't get this opportunity.
And he made the absolute best.
And we love when this happens.
It was such a big turnaround to the point that now in March, I'm curious what's going to happen.
Right.
Was this him digging deep and saying no, and then in March he's going to be like, oh, what now?
Right.
Or was it just that initial pressure in November rattled him, and then when he got his feet out from under him, he's just like, now you can see what I do.
Well, I kind of feel like March is a time to be less rattled. It's not the first tournament of the year. It's not that last tournament of the year. And everybody's a little unsure because I guess the Osaka clay is a little bit different or something, or there's something going on with the climate. So it's a good opportunity for him to just try some things and not have any pressure on him.
He has a buffer, so if he does badly, he's still in the top division.
Yep.
And if he keeps this pattern, he will become the next big thing.
Right. They're always looking for the next guy to talk about.
We got Fujinokawa shooting up the ranks. He could shoot up the ranks. And even if he gets a 7 and 8, a 6 and 9, an 8 and 7, if he's showing that he still has that sumo that he got him to 10 and 5, he's coming into his own. Mm-hmm. Maybe he's just in a pattern that he does good, then he does bad, then he goes bad. He's been here for 2 tournaments. We're still getting to know this guy.
Right.
But it's very exciting because that 10 and 5 showed a lot of potential.
It surprised me.
Yeah.
I kind of had written him off as
the 7 and 8. You look at him, you're just like, man, you barely held on. How are you gonna figure this out in January? And then the
10 and 5. I'm like, okay, all right, you
10 and 5 on a leaderboard in week 2, kind of at 10 and 5. It was good. It was.
Yeah, it
good.
wasn't the surprise 10 and 5 where you're like, oh, he wound up with 10 wins. Yeah. It was like, oh, okay. Predictably, he's going to start having some losses here at the end.
March could be very exciting for him.
Yeah, because being down that low, there's such potential. He's still far enough down that he's going to have people that are more manageable
if
for
that
him.
Talent, if that 10 and 5 talent is legit, if he could do that again in March, he'll do it again.
He could be back in contention again just for a little bit.
I keep your eyes on him, particularly in the first week when those wins start to rack up, because
he won't be as nervous about it maybe because he's already done it.
There's a lot of potential for Oshomi right now. There's a lot of momentum pushing into him. So I'm hoping that's something we see.
Okay. So now another guy with potential, Asakura, Maegashira 12 East, up from 15 West with the 9 and 6. So, he had this little blip. He came into the top division hot. This little small fiery guy. And then he just kind of got found out a little bit and he got knocked right down towards the bottom. And now it seems like he's back again. He's still doing the fiery sumo. He's doing a little bit less of the hankas. He was really, really
There's a lot of side movement.
Yeah, it was almost like he didn't have the confidence to go forward. In this January, he suddenly had the confidence back again. Perhaps this could be because of the return of Asanoyama. There are other factors. Like I said, I think this small division that's sort of been created out of organic, people just rising at this time probably helps as well. It's nice to have some guys your size to fight. But it's hard to predict because he is very small. It's hard to predict how high up he can go and still win.
He's still in the double digits. So that's working for him. And I feel like he needs to harness this momentum he has because it took him so long to build it up. Yeah. And I feel like if he falters again, it may take him another while to build him up. But towards your point, the way he was winning in January were for the right reasons. So if he holds on to those and brings them forward into March, he should do pretty well. And it should be pretty fun to watch this guy be a small big man.
Right. He's endlessly entertaining for that reason, because our first experiences with small men were like Enho and Midori Fuji and Ishira. Ishira did the small man strong sumo, but it's not like Asakura. Asakura is deceptively strong for his size.
Fast.
Very fast. You blink and that match is over. So I have a lot of high hopes for Asakura. I just hope that he can hang in there with some of these bigger guys. I worry about matches like with Shishi. If they catch you just right, like you could fly off and hurt yourself. So I worry about the injuries the most. But he's determined. He's a very fiery little guy there.
He's proving his grit. He's proving he belongs in the top division. And now from there, how high up can you get?
Right. It's funny, though, because if we ever walked near Asakura, he'd be so large compared to us.
Oh, goodness, yes.
So it's funny to see how small he looks, but he's probably quite a large man for Japanese as well. So now we can speak about Asanoyama. Maegashira 12 Ust, up from 16 East with the 9-6. He looked good. I wouldn't say great, but I would say it was all just a good sign. It was going in the path of good. Because he could have come in so rusty and out of shape because he hasn't been in the top division in a while. How would he measure up with the guys who've been in the top division the whole time he's been trying to rise up again? So it was a good sign, but it wasn't, him coming in and just tearing the place apart. He's still not in peak condition, and maybe he can't ever get into peak condition again.
I'm hoping he is still shaking the rust off.
I hope so too.
For the 9-6 is like, that's what I needed out of him. I just needed him to show up and needed him to do okay.
Yeah.
But now that we're in March, it's like I feel like everybody, including Asanoyama himself, are sort of ratcheting up the expectation. It's like, okay, you did well. They had to hand you Takayasu to put you in your place. So they gave him a Sanyaku on his 2 years out. Something else to keep in mind about that 9-6. That's also Wakamoto Haru. That's not him 9-6 just beating up people below M5. Right. These two right here, if he was fighting people down down around him,
yeah,
that's an 11-4.
Right.
So.
Right, and that you would typically expect, actually, that they would get the lower ranked guys.
So now he did, it's still 4 losses to people that he's arguably well beyond, but he's getting used to it in January. So now March is when he can really show us his stuff.
I will say that he did carry himself with a lot of poise and a lot of confidence. Even in those losses, he portrayed himself as I'm getting the belt. That's nice that you think you're going to beat me, but I'm getting the belt and I'm going to win. So at least he's coming in with that attitude. There's not a tentativeness per se. I really do hope that just more time has passed and he will do better than the 9-6.
He will do better than the 9-6. And it's also another thing is that if he just keeps getting 9s and 6s.
Well, he'll just steadily go up the Banzuke.
He'll steadily go up. And so I feel like it's also a larger question of how long is it going to take. And then the longer it takes him,
the harder this is going to be.
The harder it's going to be for him, and it's already been so hard. So
is he 35 now?
I don't know if he's that old. 32 this year. Well, 32 as of a few days ago.
Wow, okay. So at least it's a fresh 32.
It's a fresh 32. But
he's got a little bit of time, but he can't mess around.
He can't mess around. And this is sort of where in January, again, for me personally, thank God, he's back. He looks good. We can place our hopes in him again. And so now in March, we're like, okay, can we get a 10-5?
Can we work on that?
Can we work on this? You wanna go for a special prize? The
special prize is what you're hoping for.
Oh, that'd be nice.
I'm not expecting a U-show contention, but I am hoping for a special prize. So, we'll just have to see what happens with that. Tobizaru. He used to have very good Banzuke luck, so that
he got it
back to him. Maintains that 13 East with the 7 and 8. The thing is that he still looks horrible. So it's great that he got a hold, but he still looks horrible.
The hold is nice because that means with a 6 and 9, he's still in the top division. But the thing is that a 6-9 is entirely possible.
Excuse
me. So it's like he's on the way out. He's in the fade. It's not looking good.
It could be this tournament that he gets knocked into Juryo.
A 5-10, he's gone.
Yep.
It's so. Hopefully, he's able to scrape it together, get like a 7-8, maybe an 8-7. But it's the beginning of the end. It's getting that feeling.
Well, it's interesting because he's like Chirana Umi in that he spent so many years in Juryo before he finally made his top division debut. And for a while, we were kind of like, is he really just an imposter? Like, he's up here, but he's not that good. And then he found a way to become really good in the top division.
He figured it out.
But he always had time against him because, you know, he hadn't been up there in his his early 20s. He was getting up there in his late 20s. So, yeah, the time has come where his body is breaking down and he's not going to be able to maintain top division status.
Yep.
It's whether it's March or May, it's going to happen soon.
I hope that we can get some Tobizaru branded sumo out of him in March. And
well, the good brand, not the brand of the flying monkey who gets blasted.
Sort of some exciting counter sumo, some more lateral movements, outfoxing people. Like at this point, it is more just hopefully you can get as many memories as you can with them before he's gone.
Like take some pictures, record some videos, because this might be it, folks. It's unfortunate, but the time has come.
Time's against him.
So now we have Fuji Seiyun up from Juryo, 1 West. He had to get 11-4 to finally get.
Yeah, so Fuji Seiyun is an interesting story from watching the top and looking down, because he had a 10-5 in September. It was just barely enough to maybe they put him in. They're like, no, we're gonna put you in Juryo 1.
And then they don't give it to him on an 8-7.
And then they get to an 8-7. You're like, oh yeah, you're in. He's just like, no, we're gonna give you the same rank.
Yeah. And we were worried that would happen to him too.
So we were talking about this happened to Yoshino Fuji.
Yeah.
And this is your answer. He's like, okay,
I got to blast out of here.
You're telling me an 8-7 is not good enough? I guess I'm gonna have to crack some heads. And
so he was in the Yusho picture for a while, wasn't he? There were a couple of tournaments that he was. Well, it would have been in the second week for him. So ultimately, he forced the case, and now we have to see what he's made of.
He's made a Yori Kiri. He's a grappler. That should be fun and interesting. And yeah, the thing is also what's nice is that at M13, similar to Tobizaru, he can get a 6-9, and he's still in the top division,
right?
Pretty cleanly. So he's got a buffer. He's proven that he belongs here, and hopefully that gives him the confidence to give us a good showing.
Yeah, I mean, anytime one of these guys comes up, they're full of vigor and energy. The question is, are they ready for that smash at the Tachi that's way quicker and way harder than they're used to? And the energy of the crowd, too.
There's going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot he needs to work through. And again, this is always what's fun about rookies.
Oh, yeah. You got to love the rookies.
It's always a new energy for us on the show. We're not a close watcher of Juryo, except for people that we already know.
So it's like, it's completely fresh for us.
It's pretty fresh. So I'm looking forward to it. There's a couple of other Juryo people we'll talk about. We'll get to them all.
Yep. Now we have Chiyoshoma, Maegashira 14 East, down from Maegashira 11 East with the 6-9. So, I mean, he's how is he still fighting? You know, he's up there in age.
He had that hip bump in January. I don't know how much that actually messed with his sumo. So those could have been 2 losses that he normally would have won.
And maybe he was just a little beat up.
Could have been a little beat up. I feel like at M14, if he's able to heal himself back up, this should be a pretty reliable Kachikoshi for him.
You really can't knock Chiyoshoma down for long. He just keeps rising from the ashes.
Yeah. That being said, he's he's getting to a point that he can't keep getting knocked down if he wants to stay up here.
Right. Eventually, Chiyoshima will not be able to do this anymore.
So, there's a little bit of pressure on him if he wants to stay in the top division to at least do okay. And then that's what's his body in condition.
Right.
We're gonna find out.
We'll be seeing some flying Hankas, that's for sure.
Yes. Some cautious optimism, I'll say. Yes.
Now, we can't be too optimistic about Nishiki Fuji at this point. Maegashira 14 West, down from 11 West with a 6-6-3. He's lucky he got injured way later because he would have been just out.
He would have been out.
It stinks. I mean, he's another guy who gets injured in all these different body parts. Now, part of that is, that some people are injury prone, but he is on the smaller side. He is the cautionary tale that I think of every time I look at an Asakuryu or a Toki Hayate. He was looking so good and returned to form after so much time.
For so long.
I mean, this is looking like the Yu Takayama situation where it may just not be in the cards.
This is what we're going to find out in March. So he came back from Juryo Purgatory and started to look pretty good. And we're like, okay, he's coming back. He's making it in. Now he's gotten injured again. And he fell out of the top division because he was just too injured to keep going before. If he can rebound in March, that may show that there's a durability to him that he's regained. And, it wasn't the part of him that was injured normally. So, there's a little bit of hope. Hope maybe if, but
all these injuries, it's not a good. It doesn't make you feel encouraged.
It's a shaky prospect, and so I want him to do well in March. I'm hoping that he's back to doing his brand of sumo, but I'm a little afraid.
Yeah, it's just not looking good. And his counterpart, Midori Fuji, gets dropped from 12 East to 15 East with a 6-9. Midori Fuji is starting to, he's been here a very long time. He is the smallest man technically in sumo. I think the injuries have built up. I don't know how much longer he can do this.
Yeah, he's starting to get pushed out because his losses are looking more convincing. He's not able to do his brand of sumo much.
He doesn't look as fast as he used to.
So things are catching up to him. And to your point, because he's a smaller guy, they're catching up to him a lot faster than they are to somebody like Tobizaru or somebody like Tamawashi who just does not get caught up to.
Right. He's getting just beat down all the time, and it slows you down. Hard to recover. And, even his counterpart, Nishiki Fuji, I'm sure they trained a lot when they both were healthy. I don't think the training quality is as high as well.
At this rank for Midori Fuji, it is he has to do well.
And in previous Midori Fuji, you would expect it.
You would expect it. So he has to. If he does not get a Kachikoshi, even if he's still in the top division, he's dead to rights. Because if you're fighting these people, you're doing you're an 8-7, you're a 9-6, or you're gone.
There's a scenario in which we lose Midori Fuji and Nishiki Fuji this tournament.
Yes.
And there goes to open spots, and then Tobizaru.
It's not fun. We can lose all these cool people.
Yeah, that we've been watching for a long time now.
Just a blink of an eye.
So, Midori Fuji needs to get that Katatsukashi out and just go nuts because...
There may be a go for broke kind of a feel that comes out of him.
I wouldn't be surprised. It's desperation time now. And desperation time follows the man below us everywhere he goes. Mitaki Yumi, Maegashira 15 West, down from 14 West with a 7-8. They decided you don't get a hold. He's been through a lot, but he's also aging.
I feel so at the end of the year, everything that happened to him, horrible stuff. And I'm like, let's not talk about the sumo. But now that we're in March, we're sort of looking at it, and these days it's everything that's happened to him. He's getting older. He's slowing down. Feels like things are finally pushing him away.
Yeah.
And it's not a
he's actually an aging veteran at this point.
He's an aging veteran now. So sort of giving us a hard look. he can get another 7 and 8 right now, and he can stay in the top division.
Which I could see him doing.
I can see him scraping by. I can see him like holding on for as long as he can, because he's still good enough that there is some amount of agency in how much he's gonna stay. Like you can compare to Tobizaru and hopefully not Midori Fuji, but like more Tobizaru. Do you look at Tobizaru, just like it's a matter of when, not if.
Right.
But for Mitakeumi, you're like, if he can find that something,
he'll be okay.
He'll be fine.
Right.
But it's just, can you find it? Does he want to find it?
Right. I mean, the guy's beaten down in every way possible. So, I mean, he's got to really fight through to stay up here.
Yeah. This is him leaving probably. I mean, I don't want any of these guys that we're talking about to leave. If Mitakeumi leaves, I think that's going to hurt me the most.
Yeah. That's
the hardest.
That's an early wrestler in our time watching. Like, to see that whole career be done, it'd be tough. A lot of memories would go with him.
Well, like we said with Tobizaru, enjoy him while you can. It's another 15 days he's with us.
Yeah. Just take it in a time capsule.
Yep.
Now we have Asahakadu, Maegashira 16 East, up from 17 East with an 8 and 7. So, spirited. He never gave up. He pulled himself into a position to, rise up, but just a small little increment. If he was in a different place, he'd go shooting up.
He was in that spiral in week 2, and he was able to pull himself out of the tailspin. And that's always, it's good to see. And, he's feeding off of the Asa energy, certainly. But what that means is you're coming into March, and it's almost a reset in terms of the energy. Right.
It's not the same. Like we always talk about, like if you're higher up, it's like you get a do-over. This is not a do-over. No, this is you're basically in the same spot.
You're in the same spot. So he could do what Osho Umi did and just really turn everything around and being like, nope, I figured it out now. Mm-hmm. So it's like, or he just falls right back out in Juryo. It just took him 2 months.
Right. He's right in prime position to be kicked out again.
Or he could just be on this roller coaster ride of 8 and 7s for like a year.
Right. And just,
which is stressful to think about, but hey,
takes all kinds.
Maybe that's his brain to sumo. Is
right.
To be a panic machine.
We don't know enough about
so there is
what he's capable of.
So almost more than January, we're going to learn about him in March. What his mettle is.
Right. Can he do it when his back is up against the wall like this? And a man that I just really didn't expect to see all the way down here.
Weird.
This was like a punishment or something. Kim Bozan, Maegashira 16 West, down from 8 West with the 4 and 11. I don't know how they made these decisions.
This was a funky.
Kim Bozan must feel like someone's out to get him.
This is a warning shot.
It is like, we don't like you anymore.
This is a get your stuff together or get out, which is weird to say for somebody who was in 8 West.
Yeah, to now a demotion possibility.
Yeah. So thinking back on it, we're like, okay, Kim Bozan has been having all sorts of weird consistency issues. So it's like, put at M16, he should be fine, right?
He should be.
He should be.
Who knows?
I got this real I was like, no, he should be fine. And I got this really cold knot in my stomach. I'm like, oh no.
Well, I mean, he was in. No, yeah, he in with Oho and.
He's been here a while.
Well, I mean, the January triple thing, was that Kim Bozan?
That was him.
So we know what he's capable of.
That was this.
Yeah. So 6 and 9, not the worst. 10 and 5, great. He has one bad tournament, and they're okay, that's way down.
So he had
another 4 and 11. That
Which
might
also this makes it even weirder. They kept him at M8.
And then decided to punish him.
And
greatly.
then no.
I don't know, man. He angered somebody.
It's a little baffling, but the takeaway for him is he's got to beat some faces in.
Maybe they wanted him to have his back against the wall, then that would actually get him a good score. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just It would be so upsetting
if he just got kicked in a Juryo.
If he gets a 7 and 8 and he falls out. I don't want it to happen, but
Could
at the same
happen.
time, like if it's gonna be happening to somebody, it could happen to him. I don't like it, but
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that I think he'll bounce back at this rank.
I think like an 8-7 for him is an afterthought. Like then it's just like, can you get a 9-6?
10-5.
10-5. Like you look at them and you're like 9-6, yeah, probably. 8-7, definitely. Come on, man.
Yeah, something's
Don't do
really
this to
wrong
me.
if-
Don't do this to me, Kimbozan. You're too cool.
Yeah, something's really wrong if he doesn't get an 8-7 on here. So now we have Fuji Ryoga, 9-6. He's in the top division 1 year after his pro debut. So he's the new
He's got the battle mullet. Yeah.
Yep,
This is the latest. This is the latest prodigy.
Yep. He's a
come
big
on
guy
now.
too.
Like,
He's not
here.
one of the small guys.
Yeah. So March of 2025
Crazy.
was his first tournament in Pro Sumo.
That's crazy.
Here's one of these guys, and he's one of these guys who's also like he was in the amateur scene. He was in the college scene.
Yep.
And he's like, nah, I can do this. And so here he is.
Now we haven't watched him fight at all. So this will be
Not in Jurio.
Yeah, not in Jurio. So we have gaps in our opinions of him. But I have a good feeling for Fuji Ryoga. I have a feeling that he's going to make a splash at this rank. I don't know why.
I was sitting here and I'm thinking, I'm just like, oh, he's the latest one. He's like, oh, Aonishiki was the latest one. And then, and then Fuji no Kawa was the latest one, and then Osanayama was the new old latest one. And we're in this weird process. Like we have normal people coming in and then there's just like this trickle.
Right.
Of these would-be phenoms coming on in. And Fuji Ryoga is the latest trickle.
Yes.
And so
I mean, I really hope he does live up to all the expectations.
There's a lot of expectations
because
on him.
I love when the new guys come in and like just get in the Yusho contention right away.
He's at the slot.
He's at that magical slot.
The 17 East, the lowest East rung. If you're going to go on a run and you're in the bottom of the top division, that's where you want to be.
Yep.
It's the Tokushoryu spot.
The Tokushoryu spot.
So
greatest moment of all time.
So there's definitely going to be some interesting storylines here in the basement.
Yeah.
A bit more negative than positive, but he is definitely going to be one of the energy fuelings. Also, like it really helps when there's a couple of matches like early on. To sort of get you excited because you have those slow days.
You do, where like nobody's doing anything.
You have those day sixes where people are just getting shoved out for 15 minutes. You're like, ugh.
Like, can something happen? Can somebody throw?
So getting somebody like in the opening 2 minutes that you're watching,
it'll get you fired
the opening
up.
2 matches, and you're just like, yeah, okay, and then you can sort of meter yourself. Anyway, Fuji Ryoga, looking forward to it.
Now we have a returnee, Koto Eiho, Koto Shoho's brother. He got knocked out. He wasn't ready for prime time. He may not be ready now either. He's up from Jurio 1 East with an 8-7. That's about the bare minimum.
It's not a good look, but
you never know.
He made the opportunity happen. It could have been a 7-8. They could have said, sorry, never mind. So, yeah, his first term in the top division, it was a very decisive go back. Sometimes second time's the charm.
Right. And that's all you have. You have to go on that at this point. Like, you've seen people hold on 7 and 8s and 6 and 9s and then really prove their worth.
So
we just gotta hope for that for Koto Eiho.
When he was up and coming, he was touted as a prospect. Seems to be more of a tempered rise, definitely compared to Fuji Ryoga.
Yes.
But potential nonetheless, and let's give him his fair shake.
Yeah. That you got to do that. So these were not surprises at all, but
no.
Ryuden
got kicked out. Tomokaze is
he way down
here.
Oh, there he is. Okay.
No, Hatuyama is way down. They put Hatuyama. Where is he?
Wow.
From the top division to Jurio 9.
Yikes, man! Who did he anger?
Well, what he angered was he got a 2 and a 13.
Yes, that's right.
He got run out of town.
He was like not even close to like. It's like, what are you doing here, little kid?
So we have...
People were worried for a while they'd go 0-15 and like... What was it that they gave him the promotion from Juryo 5? Is that what happened?
Yes.
Yes. So
he was 11-4, but they just sort of were like, "We'll give you a chance there, buddy." And
they're never doing that again. It'll be a couple of tournaments before they let a Juryo 5 come up now because of that precedent.
Probably.
At least with 11-4.
For people down here to look at, here's Kazuma, who's another new hotness. This is Tochino Fuji, who is Sei Hakuho.
Yes, that's right. That's gonna be hard for me to get used to.
Here is Fuji Tensei. These are some some of the newer people to Juryo. Here's Kaze Keno. See, these are some names that making the rounds and the prospects. For the top 5, you actually have like an almost clean mix of new and old. So Sadana Umi wants back. Ryuden probably doesn't like getting kicked out. Tomokaze's here. Takeru Fuji. Maybe finally gracing us with his presence in May.
That would be nice to see him back.
Shirokuma, I feel like, needs to figure something out before he can come back to us. So for new people, we have Asashiryu.
Yeah, that's a hard one.
Sweet. I don't know. Waka no Sho, who
that is Takekisho's
part
guy.
of Minatogawa stable.
Yes.
And Dai Seizan, who I think has been down here for a little while and just hasn't been able to put it together. So there's some interesting mix of potential in Juryo, which then, if you listen to all of those people we were talking about here with all that doom and gloom, there could be a big shuffle.
There could very well
The last couple of tournaments, there was only 2 or 3 people, and then there was that stretch of time that was like 4, 5, 6 up and down at once. We're due for one of that.
And it could very well be this tournament
in March.
Yeah.
So there could be a lot of movement, depending on this. All depends though on how Juryo goes.
Right. I mean, the Juryo guys have to perform in order to take those spots.
Yes. That's always. I mean,
and that has not been happening lately.
That's also the thing. The part of the reason that we only had 3 people coming up is because not everybody could get their records together. So
exactly. So it is time for the prediction, right?
Yep.
There's wish list and prediction. What do you want to do first?
Well, I feel like wishing for a 3rd Yokozuna is something that literally everybody's doing, so I don't know if it needs to be on our wish list.
Yeah, I guess it doesn't need to be. It's just there. It's just there. Are you wishing for a Kirishima return to Ozeki?
He's probably my pick.
Okay.
I'm like 90% sure.
So he's your Yusho pick?
Maybe.
Okay.
I'm still working through it right now.
Okay.
But I was going through this on the drive here, and I feel like I just can't pick Hoshoryu. I can't pick Onosato, and I absolutely can't pick Aonishiki. Feels like easy.
Right. You got to pick the dark horse.
I was just like, I picked Onosato when he was coming up, but he wasn't proven yet. And that's how we got our pick. I'm like, I can't pick Onosato again.
Right.
You can't pick the Yokozuna. Of course they're going to win.
I kind of agree with you on your methodology here, but the problem is there's not many people you can pick besides Kirishima.
Well, this is where it gets weird, and this is sort of where you're like, do you just go for broke? Do you pick Fujinokawa? Do you go absolutely nuts and you just go, here's Fujiryoga going for like it? We're in a weird spot that because when you have people that are like this dominant,
yeah,
and like it's the same pool of people getting the cups over and over. Like on one hand, it's boring to pick these people over and over,
right,
for what we're doing, but on the other hand, it's like you're going for these weird long shots,
right, that have no chance.
Yeah. So like I'd love Daisho to win the cup, but if I picked him, we both knew that it's not.
I would pick a Tommy Fuji, but I think with the scandal, I think his mind isn't going to be in it.
All right. So, yeah, do we want on the wish list? We hope the scandal doesn't affect the.
Yes, let's hope the scandal does not affect the wrestlers in the tournament.
Healthy Fuji performances.
Healthy Fuji performances. I want to just jump into Juryo and say I want Waka no Show to get promoted to the top division.
Done.
I need some Minatogawa wrestlers in my life. Okay.
Yeah. Who else?
Obviously, Takanosho is, but.
Yeah, right. Okay, so we got Takanosho, we got Wakanosho. Taka Kento is Makushita 3.
Yes,
So
I feel like
he could be Injurio in May.
Okay.
And then we actually doesn't have a lot of dudes. He's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He has 8 dudes.
Yeah, it's small right now.
It's small. I mean, he did inherit the old stable, but I don't know how many people are in the old stable actually.
Well, it's weird too. I think things like split up or I don't know.
Whatever.
The point is that Wakanosho is our. I would go for Takanosho, but we know what that is. So Wakanosho is my new hope.
Your new hope. All right, so we got
Healthy Fujis, both physically and mentally. Wakanosho getting promoted.
Also getting promoted.
Asano Yama to get 10 wins.
I like that. One of these people that we talked about stays in the top division.
Yes.
At least one. They don't all go.
Right. Like we don't get a bloodbath at the bottom.
We do not get a bloodletting. Like
yeah.
I would like all of them to stay, but I can't. You don't want to put too much on it.
I would like the Shishi-Ura match to be a match.
Shishi-Ura match.
Yeah, that nobody ever forgets. I want it to be a classic match. I mean, okay, so I'm going to put this on my wish list, but this will not be my pick. I want Hoshoryu to win the Yusho.
Okay.
But I'm not going to pick him as the Yusho winner. I think I'm going to jump right into my pick. This is so hard. I have 2 people in mind. Both are risky, but not out of the realm of possibility. So I just got to flip a coin. Like, which one?
What are the 2?
Yoshino Fuji.
Okay.
Or Kotozakura.
Ooh.
I really want to go Kotozakura. I'm going Kotozakura.
Okay.
I feel like, even though he's been stuck in this whole thing that he's in, just one good tournament, and he's on a Yokozuna run again. And I don't think he'll get Yokozuna, but I think he'll go on a run again. We've seen Takakeisho do it. So that's where I'm going with Kotozakura. But I want Hoshoryu.
I do. It's like I want Kirishima to become Ozeki. I don't know if he needs to win the cup.
But it's a foregone conclusion.
But like if he gets the Yusho, then he's in.
Mm-hmm.
Like I really, really see them. He gets 33 wins, and you're sort of just like, sorry.
I could see it too. They've been doing very strange things.
And then
lately.
in May 6-9, like it's
like just give it to him.
So I don't know. But also, I don't want to make Kirishima becoming Ozeki on a wish list because then that's the hex.
Right. And I don't have to worry about hexes with Hoshoryu because everything's gone wrong anyway. It just doesn't matter anymore.
I'm going Abi.
Whoa! You went Chaos pick.
I want Chaos pick.
I love Chaos pick.
I'm looking at him just like, I don't think Daisho has it in him.
Yeah.
Technically, Abi doesn't either.
But you know what? You never know. He can hank it his way.
If Daisho and Abi, like you were told, you came back at a time machine, you're like, Daisho or Abi, one of them won the Yusho.
I'd say Abi too.
You'd say Abi.
Yeah, Daisho just doesn't have it in the tank anymore.
It's just that Abi has the weird chaos factor.
He does. He can pull off anything, and
I mean, he's gonna get 4-11, but like,
right.
Yeah,
but he's gonna win the Yusho. He's gonna win the Yusho on a 4-11.
He'll get the 4-11, but he could win the Yusho. And
exactly.
then Daisho will get like an 8-7, but he's not gonna win the Yusho. Like,
correct. The logic makes complete sense.
The numbers are there.
The numbers are there.
Yeah, and then obviously the larger answer that we'll all get is to how many.
I mean, likely it will be one of the 3.
Yes.
It'll be Hoshoryu, Onosato, or Anishki, with the favoring going towards Anishki. Onosato is a close second. Hoshoryu, unfortunately, is third man until he changes something, which maybe he can't.
Well, we'll find out.
I am so tired of picking a good guy, and it doesn't work out for me. Darn it.
That is something we'll find out in March, too.
Yeah. So we'll just do a quick reminder that we have live streams in week 2, and then the recap show will also be a live stream.
Yep.
Probably noon Eastern, maybe. Well, we'll put it in the post section if we have to change that time. Like if we have to do a little earlier or something. But that should be insane. But also, let me do the plug real quick. I have a new plug.
New plug.
That I think people like this plug better. We'll see. Welcome to 42 Opinion Sumo, the greatest sumo podcast in all of Sumo Land. If you've enjoyed what you've heard, please like, comment, and subscribe. Because you see, we could really use it for the algorithm. I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Stately voice.
Stately voice, that's right.
I thought you were going to pull out the Valley Girl, because that went over pretty well.
People love the Valley Girl, but I want to try some new things.
You're trying new things. I like it.
We have the old guy, too. The old guy will pop up once in a while.
We'll probably end up needing to do weird stuff during the live stream, like voices and
that's totally going to happen, whether we like it or not. Well, guys, I hope you enjoy the new tournament.
Yes.
It should be full of wackiness, for sure.
Like you said, Stormy Basho.
Stormy Basho. Always is.
And the Osaka crowd goes wild.
They sure do. And it's a different vibe outside of Tokyo.
Look forward to that. Look forward to the sumo 15 days starting this Sunday.
Yes. And don't forget to lose an hour of sleep this Sunday if you're in America.
Oh, man.
But at least it's going to be in the 60s next week. Don't forget that.
Let me scrape the ice off my car on my way home.
Just remember, it's going to get warmer, I promise. Probably be like 85 next week. Because you know how it goes around here.
I'm going to get sick immediately.
You wake up in the morning and you have to turn your heat on. And by the afternoon, you have to turn your air conditioning on because there's such a change in the temperature. So yeah, we look forward to that. And we look forward to hearing from all of you. Have fun. Peace out.